all these guys are like obsessed with White Monster. I've never literally drank
I don't get it.
I never drank a White Monster. Everybody's like, all right. I'm like,
bro, the AMS crowd
loves White Monster.
Oh shit, it's a Christmas episode.
Do you think Die Hard's a Christmas movie?
Ho ho ho! I have a machine gun.
But we're at the company party, and it's Easter. Instead of presents, there's gift baskets, like Easter baskets. Die Hard's still happening.
That's Dave's Airsoft Medal of Honor.
Yeah, maybe that.
I'm down.
Yeah, and then usually
I'm not.
I think 8. I think even 6, or just you could go
summertime.
Summertime. I think you could go a little bit fair. I think you go a little further.
Here's the issue, right? This brainchild was always supposed to be just an introduction to larger events, right? Particularly our homegrown ops, because we always notice that like. The season passes are on sale.
Season passes are on sale.
Season passes are on sale. They are selling. Don't wait. We are stopping. Well, the sale of the season pass, the 2026 season pass, ends December 31st. So you got to get them now. We're only selling 100, so there's limited quantity. With that, you get obviously all your entry to open play, night games, Friday nights when we do those are all covered with that. You get 3 guest passes. You also get priority for any Zulu produced events. So you will get an email first and asking basically, hey, do you want to play? What team do you want to play on? And then you also get a discounted entry for those events. You also get 10% off everything we sell up at the counter, not in the shop. I don't own the shops. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Zulu 24 podcast. As always, I'm joined by Jordan from Zulu Outdoor. Today, we have a couple special guests here. We have Dylan from the ref side of the house and Red Drink Rich.
Richie Rich.
Oh,
Richie Rich.
Did you just fart?
No.
You sure?
Jesus Christ. Starting off strong. All right.
Are you sure?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Well, it's currently Saturday, and we just finished up the December Milsim Day.
Yes.
It was my first one.
It was your first one. How was Milsim Day, Richie?
That was your first one?
Yes.
Yeah, because I haven't been able to get off Saturdays.
Oh, okay.
Saturdays are difficult.
Yeah.
That's why I made such a big deal being about we should do a podcast Saturday night with Richie. He's going to be here. It's his first time playing.
I will admit, and other friends will know, when I say I'm going to be there, I may not.
I may
not.
I said it to Connor this morning.
And I've explained this, and I hate to sound... at this point, I have to, because if I knew a friend that was in the same situation, I'd be like, okay, I get it. The problem is I am at the tail end of my career. I have to bump up my numbers, and my job is like, imagine your job just saying, hey, if you want to work, we'll give you double pay to do the same thing you would do normally. You'd have to have it, and then sometimes they just say no, they're just denying it. Like they were denying a lot of leaves, like, and that's how it is. Like the job is so weird. Like people don't understand. Like it's.
Can we say what you do? So there's like some.
No, yeah, I think I've mentioned it. Like, I work for sanitation for New York City, so it's like there's like, and I think cops would understand this. Like NYPD, like sometimes it's like the big green. They call it the big. I think the big blue weenie, but we call it the big green weenie. Sometimes like you just get denied like your time off or whatever, like there's just really weird nuances where, this sounds like that meme that's going around like, oh, my milk is too good. And like all these lists of things that are too good. Like I'm complaining about having a job or whatever. Yeah. Like some people are struggling out there, but like, for my friends, like they go, oh, why don't you go? But a lot of times my work will not let me be off. Like they say no, and like, it's kind of funny. Like, oh, like my job, like PT, it's all about manpower. And like, sometimes and that's the thing, I do have vacation, but I pick my vacation in November for the whole next year. Oh. Like, so I got to plan that. Now you could do a vacation change, but sometimes you have to go for an interview and be like, oh, why are you taking off? Like it. Yeah. Sometimes they can be dicks about it. Sometimes they'll be like, oh yeah, no problem, you can have it off. And then it all depends on how many people are retired. It's all based on manpower. You know what I mean? Like,
that's definitely one of those services too, especially in New York City, where it's like EMS, fire, and sanitation, because you can't have a gap in service there.
No, you can't. And
law enforcement.
Well, yeah,
and that's the same thing. Like obviously, like, and then here's the other factor. The other factor is I'm at the tail end of my career, so I want to boost up my pension numbers. So, like, when they're offering like, amounts of money that is like really good, I'm not going to disclose that, but I've told friends like, oh, I get it.
Yeah,
I
you
get
told me, and I immediately.
I go,
went,
oh yeah, I get it.
100%.
I
would
get
do
it.
it too.
Like, yeah, and I hate to be that guy. What's funny, and what's great about this though, for other people maybe watching, there are so many event organizers now. I mean, you have Milsim West, you have the Gun Gamers, you have Third Coast, you have AMS, you have like a lot of regional places, then you have places to go play. There's so many places, so many things that if this was when I was in my career, like 10 years, where I used to go AWOL, I used to not show up sometimes, and then get like in trouble, it's, I'd be going, and it was also easier. The jobs changed, things, progressively, change and things like that. But like, and I do feel bad. Like, and this year I'm definitely going to try to go to, a couple MSWs because I've been saying, oh, I'll go. And then last minute something happens. And a lot of times,
that's an on-running joke in the Grom group. Yeah.
Yeah, and what's funny is
there's a hill. Richie's not going.
Well, here's the thing. What's funny is like, well, this one was like the last one was flat. The thing is,
they changed the AO last minute.
Yeah, the thing is that because I don't have the time off. Like if I knew, like what's funny is the Insurgency game that's happening in February. I actually have off for that, but will I work it? Because people don't understand. Like when I say this to other people that are in other industries or just in general, they're like, why would you work your vacation? It's because they're going to pay me like double time and a half.
Yeah.
And it'll be like overtime too on top of that. So it's like, so like, it's hard. Like, and it sounds really, I know, like I'm crying.
It's trying to explain the situation, but there's no way to explain it without sounding like a dick.
And what's funny is now like, but then the thing is like, if you were early in your career, yeah, you could probably go, oh, I really don't want to go. And they'd probably try to make it where you don't go, but then they'll cancel what it is. They'll cancel a chart. They call it a chart, a day off. Right. Yeah. So like let's say Friday, I was off. I was scheduled to be off. They didn't have enough manpower. They asked me to work. It's double pay. But okay.
Yeah.
It sucks because I get called at like, well, actually I got called a little later than roll call because roll call is like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And I got called at like 4:20. No, 5:20. Hey, you want to come in? Yeah, now I gotta get up. Oh, okay, all right, I'm coming in. But sometimes you get the call at 4. Imagine getting an alarm call from your work at 4:30 in the morning going, yeah, we don't have enough power. You want to come in? And then you got to make that decision. Do you want to get out of your warm bed?
And you're like half awake.
Because I'm telling you right now, all these guys that you see on Instagram, they're like, yeah, you got to get on your grind set, man. You got to get up at like 3:50 and you start lifting weights. You start doing all this shit. Dude, they're on fucking steroids. You have to understand this because like as I find out more about steroids, dude, I found out that steroids apparently, now people will come in the comments, but I've heard that when you are a heavily user of steroids, like actually not just TRT or something like that your doctor's prescribing or something like, but like really anabolic, like crazy high end, you don't sleep. You like sleep for like 4 hours, then you're amped up. That's why you get up, you go pee, and then you're like ready to go. So yeah, you'll not want to sleep.
Oh, the Jocko cycle.
Yeah. So like the thing is, but then I saw a video of the job. They did a day in the life. I was talking to a friend about this and he's telling me about it and he showed me he's not like that because no one can maintain that. At one point you're like, fuck, I don't want to get up early. Like no one's meant to get up at 4 o'clock in the AM when it's dark, go do work. And then, and then, it's just crazy. But yeah, it's weird. But that is my whole spiel is that it's been hard to come here on Saturdays because there's a, and then I'm scheduled too, like regular scheduled. And it's like, oh yeah, we can't. And now they hired a bunch of people. So it was lax. So I was able to get off. They were like, oh yeah, you're good. You're okay.
Because this morning, like Connor looks at me, he's like, yeah, Richie's bringing an MP5 for me. I was like, yeah, he told me about that yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, we'll see. And he's like, oh, no, he said he's on his way. And I'm like, I will believe that Richie is coming
here's the other
when
thing.
Richie's standing here.
And people don't understand this either. Here's the other thing. Here's a little how it works too. So manpower, all right, people may not understand this, but this is kind of wild. for your regular job, you probably have a weekly schedule. You know when you're working. You kind of know what time you're working too.
Yeah.
Right? My job's not like that. So with some caveats, you have a general idea when you're going to work because of your seniority, but you may not make that shift because there's all kinds of issues. There's people that are coming back being off. There's tissue holders that have to stay on a day shift before you, even though you have them beat. Because my job is all about seniority. Everything is based on seniority. If I did better on the test, I make money before you. I make truck money. It's all these things. I make the shift before you. The thing is like, let's say, so when I was telling you, so like, let's say the week, I know when I'm working for the whole year because there's a number to my name. The thing is, I don't know if, if I'm working my day off or Sunday or exigent circumstances of the snow and stuff. But they don't know where I'm going to be. It could change where I'm going to be in that day. Let's say I'm working Friday, like I worked this Friday, 5 a.m. to 1. They don't know what everyone is doing manpower-wise throughout the entire city of 6,000 sanitation workers until they get the orders finalized by 12:20 or 12:30 in the afternoon of Friday.
Okay.
That's how it works because
wait for the Friday shift.
For the Saturday shift.
Oh, okay, so you're saying
For all of
12:30 on
Saturday,
Friday, they know what's going on Saturday.
They have to base it on manpower. So they have to figure out who's Lodi, line of duty injury, who's sick, who can go nights, what night signees, special training, special events, just anything, all these little things. And they have to do this on, it used to be a paperboard, but now it's computerized and they finally like kind of caught up to like computers. And it's very interesting when you realize how big of an organization to keep that, keep the streets clean, to do all the scheduling of garbage and stuff like that. You kind of like, it's kind of really interesting in a sense that like that it's a well-oiled machine now. Like there's always people that come in, they try to reinvent the wheel. We always say that. And it really has kind of hammered itself in. It is wild. So yes, what I said before is they won't know what you're really doing 100%. 100%
until 12:30 the day
about 12:30. Sometimes the orders come in late. Sometimes it's 1.
Yeah.
We're already signed out. Like we're already and they got to tell us, it's sometimes it's like, they don't know if a storm's happening. So then what could happen is, let's say I'm working 5 to 1, right? For that Friday, shit, we don't have enough guys. There's too many guys for Saturday for dayline that have to come back days. They can't go nights. You got to go 12 to 8. So I have to go home, shower, eat something, whatever, maybe take a nap, leave my house at 11 p.m. Friday night to go in for roll call for 12.
Oh, man.
So yes. So like, think about that. Like when a scheduling thing where like, you're now obviously I have a lot of seniority where that I kind of know that. Like in my garage, it's Tuesdays. Tuesdays is a short manpower day. They don't run a lot of trucks, but other boroughs run more. So you'll get sent out of town. They'll say, well, on Monday, they're like, oh, what's the out of town? And they'll be like, oh, it's Bronx 1, it's Bronx 4, Staten Island 3. No, not Brooklyn 7. We make jokes like Brooklyn 75 and New Jersey 7. That's not; those are not real. Like, because we make. There's only 59 districts and they all have numbers. There's but we make jokes like that. But because you say like, oh, how far out is there? But like, then what you'll do is like, let's say on that like a Tuesday, you'll find out like, oh yeah, you go out of town on at 12:20 or around there. They'll get the orders like. And they make the downtown makes the order, they figuring it out much earlier, but by the time they disseminate it, I mean, think about it, 59 districts, 59 clerks, you're figuring out, sometimes they just don't give the orders fast enough, you know what I mean? Like, they're just like, I don't know, what's for lunch? And then they forget, or, I mean, maybe not, it's not that really bad, but they do have a lot in the background to figure out, like Lodi people, sick, like, there's always people that are sick or something like that. So it's a very interesting thing. So I know I went on a tangent. This is for my friends and all my friends that they're always like, oh man, why don't you just like, just not show up anymore? Well, guess what? They cracked down on that quite a bit. I'm not going to lose 4 days pay for not showing up just like randomly. That's all, so, and I'm at the tail end of my career and I'm going to boost up. But you know, how things work and run. It's very interesting. So I can't even imagine what it's like for other municipalities, but for the city, it's one of the, I believe that our department is the largest municipality, definitely 100% in the United States, but I believe in the world. I think Japan might, but I don't know if Japan, they may separate those, even though like Tokyo is a giant city and it's like, as far as like population, like 40 million, but I think it's very similar to what New York, New Jersey is.
New York City Department of Sanitation is widely recognized as the world's largest municipal sanitation department.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Holy shit.
I thought so. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, through all that,
Now that Richie has established
Milsim.
what he's going to send in the Grom chat on
I'll be
Friday
like,
and just be like, watch this,
Edit
motherfuckers.
this out and just be like, can I just look? But they're like, oh, just go. Like, and I'm like, yeah. But then there's other things about it. It's like, dude, it's like,
Love him to death.
it's awesome. Like, and then like other things is like, it's wild. Like things that go on and stuff. Like it's fun. I love it. I wish I could get more of my friends to do it because it's been a huge benefit to my life. You know what I mean? Like when I first got on, like when I first got called in 07, like, you know, it was before the 08 crash. And like people are like, yo, you're gonna like not go back to school or do more schooling and be a garbage man. Like you're an idiot. Like, you know, I lost a lot of friends actually because of it. And I mean, obviously most people would say now like, oh, they weren't your real friends, but they were like good. They thought I would like, it would be like somebody, you know, because nobody knows, but you know, you make good money. I don't know. And you have benefits and stuff like that. I would say anytime there's a test and you're a military veteran or anything, take that test because you get 5 points for being a veteran and 10 for being disabled. You'll get hired. All the people that we hire now, like,
And you get 5 for just signing your name.
yeah, finding a heartbeat. Like, can you figure if they show you a screwdriver, will you say that it's a shovel? Like, literally, that's. I mean, it's not that. It's a little funny like that, but yeah, I mean, like there's been a couple of people. Like, I remember like this one guy who was like a ranger dude, like that got hired, like all kinds of stuff. All right, we're going on them.
so anyway, all of that allowed you to be here on Saturday finally, and you played your first Milsim game. And I keep kicking something.
Milsim Day. I'm gonna look and see what you kicked.
It's right here. It's on my
It's
toe.
driving
right
me
here.
nuts.
It's the cable.
It's the cable.
Yeah, it's the cable
Oh yeah,
behind the scenes.
fancy. So anyway, you got out here Saturday for your very first Milsim Day. Rich, what'd you think?
All right.
Give it to us straight.
I actually enjoyed it a lot. I think, first off,
I was expecting the joke of my gun broke. I didn't play.
well, yeah, at first the gun that Anthony built me was very bad. It was not good. It had stiction. I think it's bullshit. I think it's a made up term. We made that up because Anthony's not good at being a dick. No, but like literally it's giving a funky thing. It's basically the thing that, you know, he posted online. It's like the RDX it's really honestly the coolest thing with the RDX is on as far as the platform.
Very clean.
Yeah.
He mounted that extremely clean, and now I'm jealous. And
It looks good. Yeah, it looks good.
Very clean.
I was having some problems, so then I wasn't able to play like the first, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes.
It was like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
It wasn't that bad, but
so I
when
didn't get
I
to go-
found you, you were salty.
Yeah, so I was salty, and I just had to go back out and then just use the Black Hawk down gun with the OpSync suppressor.
Another carry handle? No.
Yeah,
What would you
what
ever
I
do?
had- guess what? You know what's funny? I only brought one gun with me today. So if that gun died, I would have had no guns. And that's Oh, actually, no. I did have the MP5s for Connor, but it's such low temperature that TM MP5s do not perform well. If you have a TM NGRS, do not use it in like 30 degree, high 35, less than 40 degrees because the bucking is way too tight, and then you'll get a feeding issue. That's just a little FYI. But
Richie with the tech tips.
yeah, but I came, I got on the field and then I couldn't find Connor or anybody else. But then I was able to talk to I didn't use the phone. I wanted to see how it was like without the phone. I was also wearing a belt kit. phone would have been a pain in the butt. I actually put more munitions, like smokes, and I was carrying like literally 10 smoke grenades.
You use them.
Yeah, and I do use them. Yes, I don't like just like, oh man, I'm gonna keep this on me, and I don't use them. I actually use them, and I was able to talk to anybody and say, hey, what are we doing? Like, what's going on? Oh, the mobile respawn is over here. I was on blue, so Eric was our commander. Eric from Gun Gamers. There was just what I saw immediately was once I started, when I got my new gun and hanging out and walking around, is I saw groups of players, like unlike open play, that were working together in, like, I hate saying like a tactical sense, but like just working together that you would normally not see.
Yeah.
Like, I think there would be, I don't know how to word it, like where it doesn't sound like elitist, but I think there's another thing too. I saw players of every stripe working together and actually working effectively. Like, actually people that you would think, oh, this guy just looks like a rental man or rental person, actually going, hey, look, they're over by this tree, and like looking at you and say, hey, they're over there, or giving some sense of direction. Hey, they're up by the mosque area, or they're up somewhere, and other people working together, and they were trying to find objectives. I actually just randomly, when I was walked onto the bridge of CQB, and one of the wrestlers there is like, oh, are you here for the flag? And I'm like, he's like, no, he goes, oh, you finally found the flag. And I'm like, oh. I was like, I was going up there to just look around. And then the flag was there. We were already taken the castle one and some other one. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'll flip. And he's like, no, you got to hit the
timer.
The timer. I would suggest for the timer, if you could, because I couldn't see it with the white. I actually couldn't. I didn't even know. At least the ref was there. I don't know if you can make them like brighter. I don't paint them something.
So we have some that are red and some that are blue.
Yeah, like
that building probably had one of the white ones.
Yeah,
when I first bought the first batch of them, I didn't know they came in colors. So I just got white. Yeah. Now we know that there's like red and blue ones. Like, I'll grab one real quick, but it fixes the issue there, because on the inside of Connex boxes, it's mostly white. So sometimes,
I think any kind of issue like that. But I loved that feature that I knew I didn't have to ask a ref. I didn't have to ask anybody. I hit a timer. He's like, oh yeah, just activate. And I went, okay. And then I saw a countdown, and then other people started coming in like, oh, somebody finally got the flag. And then the guy's like, oh yeah, flip it. And I'm like, no, you can't flip it yet. You got to wait till the timer. He's like, oh, okay, that's right. So like people were like, and that like goes into like where people didn't know every rule, because there was a lot of like gameplay mechanics that you had, not just like basic hit calling and other things. And other people were like not calling them out, but correcting him and going, oh yeah, don't do this, it's that, things like that. All right, yeah, something blue, just like brighter colors, and depending on the situation. But like, this was great. And then people were like, oh, well, let's hold this position. Then other people were going up the whatever between mosque and CQB, whatever that. What do you call
the hill?
The hill, I guess.
Mosque Hill.
Yeah, Mosque Hill. They're going up there. They're battling, and then I was able to
die.
I was able to get other people up. I'm like, hey man, don't get from that position, go over here. And I was getting them on the upper levels and just watching. And I'm like, look, we just got to hold this position. And like, yeah, of course, it's not murder, death, kill. Yeah. It's like, all right, let's do this. And I think, to tell you the truth, for some people, I think they like that. First off, you're going to have objectives where, okay, if the enemy team knows, hey, look, they're capturing something, let's send forces there now. So then you'll get that battle that everybody wants to have. And then vice versa. Hey, look, if we turtle up here, we just got to make sure this is captured. It's not just random. I guess with open play, as I play more and more, it is, I wouldn't say that it's like it, but it's very similar in feel. If you had to say what open play is for certain people, is like a bad Call of Duty spawn. Like, and I'm not saying that you're spawning in the middle, but like all of a sudden you're just walking around and then you get killed, but there's nobody to heal you. And it's like, what the fuck? Now I gotta walk back. It's not like video game where you get like, you keep getting murdered in different spots and then walk back. I think that, I don't know, it just felt like this ran really well. And I know you guys, I don't know if you said that it was like a little hit and miss today, but I just saw people working together. And then at one point, I went up with somebody, and then I went to African Village because I had heard that Connor and all those guys were in the trenches.
They were.
So I just worked my way there. They all died by the time I got there. And then I was there with this other guy who actually had a radio. So like actually using radios and communication were key at this event. Like most events, you don't need a fucking radio. You don't need that shit. But like this one, I felt like you actually were talking to command. We were talking to Eric. We said, hey, look, we found these weapon caches. And I was like, there's 3 of them here. Are they all the weapon caches?
Oh,
they're not all.
That was when he radioed me because he was like, are they supposed to just like leave them there? Or do they bring them back? And I was like, no, it says on there, like bring it back to your CP.
Okay. So there was 3 of them and we didn't know like, cause one of them was marked differently. And we're like, all right, we'll just grab all of them or whatever.
Yeah, grab them all.
And then it was just me and this other guy. And then I think he said a ghillie guy. It may have been Adrian. I don't know. It might have been because he was holding these guys at bay.
Oh, Adrian was just fucking dude.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
And then I was shooting with that Black Hawk down gun is actually very good for a green tag. It actually shoots fucking far for what it does. And I'm like, and I actually had to tell the guy, he's like, he's talking to Eric, and I'm like, tell Eric. I'm like, no, tell the commander. I kept using his name by accident. I was telling him that today. And I'm like, tell him that there's 3 boxes. Do we need to grab all 3 boxes to get that? If that's the case, we need additional players. And then he said, yeah, let's try to get that out of there. We got it out of the trenches, got it to African. And then he had sent a bunch of guys down from oil refinery, it looked like, because they were in the mosque area.
Yep.
And so like, and then all these guys showed up like, yeah, what do we got to do? And they all grabbed the boxes and like, yeah, we got to bring this back to NVC. Okay. And they all ran back. And then like, was I able to guide some guys to say, hey, look, get on the tree line between, it's kind of like south, between oil and African and then facing.
That
like
hill.
getting that tree line, just make sure these guys and protect these guys. Let's get this stuff. And then I held into African for a little bit. They started rallying more. And then at one point I ran up to mosque. I got killed because I was just like, figured I'll just go up there and see what's going on. Then I got murdered. I would say what I'd like. The only thing that I noticed is that people weren't pulling out their dead rags fast enough. And I will admit, I was a dick. When I first walked out, when my gun wasn't working, I forgot. Yeah. And this is what's funny. I remember everything. I bring everything.
Richard. Don't be.
And I forget my red rags all the time. Yeah. I go, oh God damn it! And then I'm always asking somebody.
Well, because I'm standing there like working on his gun because he's like, oh, something's going on with the boss unit. I was like, oh, let me just touch the boss unit. And I'm like, yeah, this is where he's like, hey, do you have a dead rag on you? And I was like, yeah, why do you need a dead rag? And I like pull it out and I hand it to him. He's like, fantastic, I forgot my dead rag. And I'm like, oh. And I had to walk back anyway. I'm like, you might as well put this on. Yeah,
but I think it was because it's cold. But I would try if for the future. I started acting out deaths and I started seeing other people do the same thing. I think doing the deaths is good because it eliminates. I noticed people would get hit. And now if we're going to do this Milsim day instead of just a regular open play, I think having the death scene, right? You're not getting, I'm hit, and it's like, it eliminates, if I'm shooting far and I'm getting a confirmation of the kill and I'm not thinking in the back of my head, did that guy just like walk away? Like, no, he literally did. He waved and he went, oh, and he like tries to reenact it. So then I know, oh, we must have got somebody. Now there could be 3 other guys in there about to heal him, but at least we got one guy. Yeah. And I think if we could get the players to do that, I think with basic at the beginning of the safety briefings and just videos about it, I think people would be more than willing to do it because some people were doing it.
Yeah, no. And I mean, like I always expect with like Eric and the Gun Gamers dudes, they're going to act it out.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of players that already play here that do like to act it out. Mm-hmm. I don't see a world where for this we say it's required because I play. But I could add, much like I added today. I don't know if you heard it, where I was like, hey, who's not planning on staying until 4 o'clock? Raise your hand. Yeah. And it was surprising. We only had like 2 or 3 people raise their hand. Yeah. A lot more of you left than that, but still, that helped. And that took an extra 30 seconds. So if I say, hey, it's also pretty cool and, embracing the spirit of the game. If you act out your death, it helps the player on the receiving end of like, oh, I got that guy. Like he gave me a visual reaction beyond just pulling his dead rag out. It's totally fair game to act out your death and then pull out your dead rag and put your dead rag on.
Yeah.
I think if you start with that, that would help.
Yeah, I think if you tell people that it's for you and them, you go, oh yeah, then you don't think that they're cheating or there's some kind of issue or your gun's not working or whatever. You go, oh, okay, all right, cool, and like everybody's still in a good spirit. Everyone was in very good spirits, and then I saw people working together that you wouldn't see normally, like I guess interacting.
That was one of the same things that Eric said.
You know, I saw people that were like, you know, maybe rentals or just had a basic gun or whatever. And they were like working with people that had all the Gucci gear. Now that doesn't mean that their skills are the same or anything like that. But like usually those two groups probably don't listen to each other. They're like, whatever. But because the objectives need massive amounts of people, or at least we're all going to the same objective, we might as well work together. And people were helping others, I think. And like I've always said at most of the podcasts and for all like my airsoft career, once I tried it once, like, God, Jesus, 20 years ago, maybe, or maybe a little less than that, a medic rule makes everything so much better because at the end of the day, we all just want to save people. And I saw people running out, trying to heal people, things like that. I would definitely tell people, these are all like Spitfire things, by the way.
No, I agree.
I would tell people to differentiate, I would say in the writing and at the safety brief or the mission brief, I guess, you should do this. If you're on red team, right? You said, and you get hit once and you need buddy aid, red buddy aid. Don't say red medic because then you're wasting a medic to come to you.
That's fair. Yeah.
And I would now it's not required. You can say whatever you want. But if you tell people this, they go, oh yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think that. Yeah. And you build a culture because this is what, the fourth time you've done this?
Seventh.
Is the seventh? Yep. Okay, all right. I thought it was the fourth.
No. But the players are on board with it, and it's gotten a good.
No, I definitely.
in terms of players
if these are the same people that are coming out, or honestly, I saw no issues calling hits or anything like that. I saw a lot of teamwork working together. Now we were coming from the blue side. We were dominating a lot, so maybe if you talk to a red guy, maybe they'd have a different experience.
At least on my end. I will say the one thing I fucked up. I forgot to bring up the whole don't say medic yes, medic no, because we dealt with that today.
Really? Medic yes, medic no?
Yeah, on the hill. To the point where like I heard it once and I yelled, don't yell that. That's cringe. Don't do that. We don't allow that here. And then like 30 seconds go by and I hear medic no. And I was like, nah, you did the thing. It was all the way across. Like I was over by Fortress and this was on the hill by Fuel Depot. And I just get on the radio. I'm like, hey Dylan, can you do me a favor? And he just responds, I'm already on my way. I know what you're about to say. And I was like, tell that dude that say medic yes, medic no to fucking stop.
Yeah.
So like I forgot to cover that. I need to cover that every time because every now and then it rears its head.
Slips through.
Yeah, it slips through.
I get it why people do it, and like a lot of people just haven't played as long and they just want to not get their buddy shot. I totally get it.
Like, it's a dude and kit.
But no, I get it.
That's cheating. That's the
cheating,
same. That's the same as me going, I'm hit. Also, there's a guy looking at me right now.
What's funny is I haven't heard the medic no, medic yes, but you guys have, which is really kind of hilarious because I haven't heard that. Medic no, medic yes, nothing like that.
But
so I can throw this out here real quick.
Yes.
It turned out they were using it because they were sitting on the hill. It was two red players sitting on the hill watching the fight as most of blue team pushed up the hill, and they didn't want red players to come and try and medic them because they were just hanging out. So
yeah, they were communicating.
That's
yes. No. In the term of like, hey, I'm just sitting here. Like I don't want to be medicked. I'm not going back to respawn. I'm here to spectate. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I think they say that, but it sounds like
Brian could back me up on this because we were watching them and we were like, these guys have been sitting here for like fucking 8 minutes. Like, hey, I let them know. I was like, you guys are good to go back to respawn. They're like, we've just been watching here the whole time. We're probably going to pack up after this and just leave, which I don't know if they did or not, but.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just say,
I'm not condoning this.
I'm done for the day.
I'm not condoning this behavior.
No, I get you.
You're trying to explain that because maybe in this case, yes, you're right. Maybe they weren't doing it in the fashion of like, medic, no, like don't come over here.
Yeah.
And just saying like, hey, don't medic us. We're dead.
Just say dead.
Say, hey, we're dead. So I think next time around, I'm going to be a little more precise of like, buddy it, medic, dead.
Yeah.
These are the phrases you can use because, to be fair, we've always said like the only things you can say when you're hit
and medic.
Hit and medic.
Yeah.
This brings a little more nuance into it.
I think also
Body aid, medic, dead.
Yeah, and you can say team.
Team color.
I think if you say those three things, then that's it. That's perfect.
I will say I saw an interesting one today, and I stopped and was like, "There's nothing in the rules that say you can't." These blue players got the jump on a couple red players. This is the last 20 minutes of the game at Fuel Depot, and there was a big gaggle fuck of red players down in African. They jumped these like 3 or 4 red players, and those red players start calling for a medic. And the blue dude looks at his friend and goes, "Hey, we should go grab those red players and drag them further into Fuel Depot so they don't see them. They're dead on the hill." And I'm like, can you fucking do that?
I mean, you can medic the other team.
So can you admin move them if I put 2 hands on and say, "Hey, I got to move you out of the line of fire, but I'm going to move you out of the line of fire further away from your team"? And I was like,
no, I mean, they're dragging him at that point.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I honestly, there's going to be somebody who is just like, "No, you can't do that." But like realistically,
yeah. And
if I was trying to, okay, all right, so I'm going to make the worst comparison ever, right?
It works though because it baited the red players up. There.
That's what I mean. So if this were real, you can, cringe alarm or whatever the fuck, right? And I was trying to bait some bitches in, and I had wounded a couple of your dudes. I would drag them the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
that was the thing. I kind of stopped.
Is that a war crime?
There's another scenario too.
no, I'm not killing them.
What about people that are truly in the line
If
of
it's not a
fire?
war crime, it's allowed.
Like truly in the line
Well, we
of
say
fire.
that like, hey, if you're in the line of fire and you're still getting shot and you're dead, you can move yourself.
You can
I've
yourself,
I've always moved further away from being healed because then I make it where I've always done that.
Like the way that we word it is like, hey, if you're hit and you're still in the line of fire and we're using a medic system, it's totally fair game to move 5 to 10 feet out of the line of fire. What I don't want to see you do is move 50 feet further towards your teammate so you can be buddy aided. But it's totally fair game to get out of the line of fire. It also in the summertime is totally applicable to get out of the sun.
I think a question like that. I think a question like that.
Well, he didn't even ask. He just said we should do it. And I was like, hold up. Can we do that?
That moving thing. I think with the clients, the people that you have playing, I think it's worth having these questions and then asking the players before, not instituting them that day, nothing like that. But asking them before and then asking them after the same question, like, what would you think? And then you don't base it on just this one day, but you start saying like, oh, you know what? That just seems kind of weird. That's kind of cheesy that you would move somebody. I don't want anybody touching me. I can see people.
Yeah, but their teammates are going to have to touch them to drag.
No, that's true. But
right?
maybe people. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe you get a consensus over several Milsim days. They're like, yeah, I think moving. That's kind of lame-o. Or people go, yeah, this is awesome. But you understand what I'm saying? Asking
not just. Almost 10 years of reffing here. This is the first time that's come up.
Oh yeah.
But what's great is people are thinking outside the box because of the game. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly don't see any problem with it as long as everybody's consenting.
Because to be fair, those
but what if a guy says no? I don't want you.
Then you leave them. Then you just fucking leave them.
Yeah.
You know
okay.
what I mean?
All right. So then that's what I would. Then I would then institute that law. Then that rule.
In this moment with that, even those red players heard the blue guys discussing this, and they're like, "Oh fuck, they're gonna move us into Fuel Depot." Like they weren't against it. They were just like, "Oh fuck,
all right."
This
So
is about
maybe
to happen.
look, I'm just looking at it from. I'm saying with just not this specifically, but other rules that you may want to institute or little tweaks. I think it's worth asking the participants themselves, and just getting I'm just like writing a note down, like people are like they were like about that in the beginning of the day, and then we all at the end when we take the photo, you just ask, hey guys, I got one quick question, this and this, and they go no, yes, and that, and then you're like cool, you
like improve and sustain.
Yeah, basically improvement sustain, but really fast fire, and then like over several times. But
well, I mean, we can put a poll out.
I was gonna say
we can be like, hey, how do you guys?
We can plug the Discord right here. Matter of fact, we do this after every Milsim day in the Discord. There's a little feedback channel, it's event feedback. It has a list of every Milsim day we've done. We open up a new forum every time we do a Milsim day, and we ask for your feedback. If you don't know the Discord, Jordan's gonna plug it. Right here. Okay.
It's in the description.
Yeah.
It'll be in the description as well. Feel free to join it, and that's where you can find and give your feedback for Milsim Day.
Sure. We just do a little poll.
We almost have 500 of you in there.
We're like, hey,
that's the goal.
But I think even after is good too. And you gather all the data because, but I'm going to be honest with you. the meat and bones, meat and potatoes of what you have here is good.
I appreciate that.
For 4 hours, like even me and Eric were talking about it. Like
I want to get him on it.
He literally, he said basically, he's like, dude, this was harder than even doing a little bit of MSW in the sense that there's a time crunch. There's this
pace. Yeah.
There's more pace.
Well,
it's definitely different. And
the word he used with me was violent.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. I think you could do a whole day. I think maybe you do.
It's a different animal.
I think this is how you would do.
There's a pro and a con to this. The pro of it
they
is
call that an op.
Well, there's that. The pro is then this is a 3.5 to 4 hour long game. Now we're pushing an 8 hour long game. And look what happened towards the end where red team was getting pushed back to, that's the furthest a team has gotten pushed during advanced and secure during a Milsim day.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was only 3 hours in. If this is an 8 hour game, that game's fucked. So I think you could do,
my personal opinion, this is me, how I would change it. When we were pushing them up so much, you legitimately go, hey guys, I see like 25 of you, or whatever. Go, all right, come with me. You're gonna bring them back down the field.
Oh, I just more
25 of them, right? No, 25 of them, and you infiltrate them right into like Newtown.
Yeah.
And just let them. Oh yeah, we just helicoptered you in here, and now guys are like, oh shit. You know what I mean? And you change something like that. I think tweaking stuff like that would be fine, so nobody's curb stopping. And I will say this: blue players are like, oh, I'm really great that they. Okay, towards the end, actually, we were in African, and they did this whole flanking maneuver.
So there was,
and they came at us, and they really upped their organization. And like literally, I was like, yo, I'm like, Eric, there's like 10 of them going by the berm, and I miscalculated because I only saw 10. There was like 30, 40 going around, and then me and Brian, a couple other guys were in the. I like to call it. The sugar cane because it looks like sugar cane, but it's like the jungle like sugar. And we were in there, and then like they were coming out everywhere, and then they made a huge flank, and I tried to shoot one guy, and then another guy got me. But like that was fun, and that was woods ball. That was not like structure stuff, and that was towards the end of the day. And
yes, because there was two things that happened there. First off was us making the decision to throw in a random fraggo that came out of nowhere that got made up at 2:45. And we sent all of the players on blue in that direction. And then any blue players that stayed outside of red team spawn got mortared.
Okay.
Yeah. So it gave them a little thing to be. Yeah, they needed it. I gave them a thing where I was like, hey, there's been I think the way that I worded it in the air mission brief was that a supply plane got shot down and there was an emergency supply drop that got basically dropped in the Vietnam area, go secure the supply drop because we knew there was already some barrels down there. And then any blue player that was like, no, I'm going to stay here at the mosque and continue to spawn trap them. I was like, hey, Dan, can you go set up the mortar? And it's just like, okay, cool. Send in 2 rounds out.
Yeah, because we had pushed them at that point. But like, I think with something like that, I think that's totally tweaked, especially how the field is. It's not
the
perfectly square. What is it?
No, what you said there, the like basically paradrop dudes down in Newtown.
Yeah.
We didn't think about that.
I think
wouldn't be a bad idea.
Or literally at the fucking Chinook. Yeah. At the fucking helicopter. Okay.
Well, so the nuance to it is that I walk these 25 red players down there, and there's 4 blue dudes that are just like, hey, what the fuck are you guys doing down
here? No. What I would have done, you
have to take them to an area where you know
the path that you would take from, the back end of that. We would never have saw those. And then you have everybody with their mags out, walk.
Oh, no, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, when you get them to where you want to put them.
Yes, but in this case, our mobile respawn was in the connexes right at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
Somebody would have seen them. Yeah. And now that's when it gets squirrely. Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, oh my God, now they're alive. Like it.
Because we've seen this even at an MSW game, the GCI one. We watched Josh admin spawn an entire platoon of militia.
Yeah.
They didn't know we were sitting right next to him.
Yeah.
And then get fucked. But
I mean, it's growing pains. I think with certain commanders, because nobody wants to curb stomp. Like literally, I think, and because the pace was good, and I think the red players were enjoying it too, because they were talking. So it's just one of those things. The shape of the field in that certain location is very like it starts becoming angled. So it's just geography. the pace of the game, just a whole list of things, and it's not your fault, and it's not the player's fault. It's just what happened.
Well,
which
that's
is
also
totally,
to circle back to two things there.
Yeah.
The first one was with the red players. Even the red players that I was talking to, they were like, "It's just hard. Like the game doesn't suck. It's just hard." And I had more than one person tell me, so I'm running with that. But the other thing there too is if we were to actually take this to a full day thing, yes, it's an op. Advanced and Secure wouldn't be the game mode. We would probably use Conquest because Advanced and Secure is a great 3 to 5 hour game.
okay.
If you were going to run
I didn't understand. Like I saw the side missions, but yeah, I would expand it. Yes.
Advanced and Secure works really well for like a 3 to 5 hour game. If you wanted to do a game that was 8 or 9 or 10, Sector Control or
maybe
Conquest,
Frontline, depending on
Frontline.
that big map I showed you the other day.
I don't even think 8. I think even 6 or just
Well,
you
in
could go a little,
summertime, yeah.
summertime. I think you could go a little bit fair. I think you can go a little further.
Here's the issue, right? This brainchild was always supposed to be just an introduction to larger events, right? Particularly our homegrown ops, because we always notice that, like, you look down in the parking lot and everybody's like shoving food in their face and shit, and like it's like the whole game shifts because blue team or tan or green or whoever in this case, like it's like one person's like, I'm gonna go get a snack at snack bar, and then 50 people join him. And then so then the other team dominates, and then like it's almost like a whistle goes off, and then that team's like, I'm gonna go get a snack, and then this team dominates. And so this was always supposed to be a stepping stone to acclimate players to just being on the field longer, bringing the shit they need, using the radios and stuff like that. Now, it can't be a full day thing. A full day thing represents more cost. It's more time for them. It's also less time because this is not a pre-registration event.
Yeah.
There is no time. There is no time to balance teams to any sort of degree unless you're just like, that guy's got good gear, I guess we'll put him over here. You know what I mean?
The other thing too is I said that to someone today because there was like there were two groups. There was a lot of groups here.
Oh, yeah.
But there was two that were like, one was on red and one was on blue from the beginning of the day. And they're like, hey, we want to play together. I'm like, guys, I have to keep team balance right now.
Yeah.
And the one group was like, totally fair. Understand. We'll stay. And the other one was like, why? Like, I really wanted to play with them. I'm like, sorry, it's an open play game. I have to keep teams balanced.
Yeah.
And the comment I said was, if it's pre-registration and the teams get to balance themselves, I don't get to say a fucking word about team balance. I was like, but right now, and I like pointed, I was like, that's a rental. I was like, I can't let him get stomped out because you want to have fun with these dudes. Like,
I guess
but here's the other thing, dude. Like if you were to extend it out, I mean, that's a fucking op. That's way more work for these guys. So then we'd have to bump the price up, which then just defeats the stepping stone. It just creates another op. So like the small bite-sized, Milsim days are fantastic. They are very popular and people want more out of them. But there might be a time, maybe in the summer, where maybe a Milsim day starts a little later.
Yeah.
And it goes into the night.
Yeah,
or just on the border of dusk or something like that.
Yeah, it'll go a little bit later.
Yeah.
But now I have to pay the staff a little bit more because they're here longer. You know what I mean? So it all represents costs. And it's a balancing act, but I'm glad that it's popular, and I'm glad that it's working. It's doing the thing that we wanted it to do.
Yeah.
Players are working together. They're using the radio. Fuck, my radio never stopped today.
Yeah.
I couldn't use mine.
I think what I'm saying,
players need radios. We're not seeing dudes walking off like that.
No,
like, granted, I did say like, hey, who's not staying till 4 and like only 3 or 4 people. And yes, it was more than 3 or 4 people, but we had 140.
I think
at that group photo at the end of the day, I think there's 100 people in that. Yeah. So it's like,
and there were definitely people like
still in the parking lot.
Yeah, like eating
some
at snack
dudes,
bar and shit,
even then, like, I don't know why, but there were a couple dudes that like they were walking off the ramp, and I'm like, hey, we're staying for a group photo, and then he just kept walking.
Yeah.
All right, like I understand, but the retention, we've went from Blood Diamond earlier in the year, where the retention was like 30%, 40%.
Oh, my team was decimated. Are you kidding me? I had
I'm talking across both teams. Like it was like maybe 30 to 40% for the entire game.
I had like 10 guys at the end of the game.
Yeah, with Milsim Day, if we're keeping 65, 70, that's a huge improvement.
No, that's massive, and it only makes it better. And that's what it is. Milsim Day is really just a learning experience for groups of people that just want to get slightly better.
And we've seen a lot of growth from that.
And we're putting a lot into it, and we're also testing a lot of shit, right?
Yeah.
We're testing a lot of shit that we can use for ops later on, in terms of
pyrotechnics,
and also game formats, rule sets, and shit like that.
Yeah.
what I was saying is that not that it has to be done, but I think what I'm saying, it could be done because the player base is not just clamoring for it, but I think
They're
what I'm
driving
saying,
with it.
I think that, and they're mature enough where they're like, oh, I like this. So I wouldn't say, okay, I totally understand like an 8-hour day. Yeah, there would be some nuance, but if you had to go like 1 extra hour or something like that, you could play with that depending on the scenario.
Well, yeah, depending on the scenario, the time of year. Like
yeah,
right
something
now,
like time of year. It's
like
dark
I really
at 4
wish-
o'clock.
We talked about on the last episode that there was a possibility of doing a night game tonight. I wish that it fucking worked. Like if I had gotten staff that said, yeah, I want to work it. Oh, dude, the night game that we could have had with those dudes that were here today, that would have been fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, they're hard chargers.
Yeah, like sure, would they have been smoked by the end of it? Yeah. Would they have had an awesome time? Yeah, absolutely. So this time of the year, yeah, maybe because if we did do that extra hour or two,
I think a lot of people
nods. But
yeah, I think also I think with the summertime
is it today or tomorrow is the shortest day of the year.
the 22nd. Yeah,
No,
22nd.
I think it's today.
I thought it's the
Is it
22nd.
the day before winter or
No, I
the
thought
day
it's
of
I
winter
thought it's
solstice?
I thought it's the 22nd is winter solstice.
Shortest day of the year is tomorrow.
Oh, 21st.
Yeah.
I thought it was 21st.
Good. It's only up from there, baby.
It's only
Yep.
yeah, but now that's why I'm saying like God, we had the maximum amount of darkness for a night game tonight.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I just think that I'm saying it in the sense that people really were. I think there's also other factors compared to the ops. Now you have powerful tools like the Ares Alpha that
Yeah,
people are
and
able to see stuff. Oh, why am I getting this box? Like the question is, why am I grabbing this fucking box?
Oh, yeah.
It's because I'm gonna get a UAV and then I'll be able to see where everybody is, so I'm not gonna get fucking schwacked by. I
don't
could
know
still
if-
get but I have a general idea. Oh, there's a huge group of dudes in mosque. I can at least go over there. Kind of like Battlefield, the same thing. You're basically taking fucking Battlefield and trying to give it so then everyone can play. Now, obviously, you're going to have the sniper guy that wants to hang out in the back of the base and not do anything and be like, I shot a guy at 2,100,000 feet.
Yo, why are you talking shit about Adrian like that?
No, I'm not talking about.
I'm
No, that's
fucking with you.
no. But like, but that level of person where they're just like they're not caring about the game. But it seemed like everybody liked having high pace, but that's what I'm saying is that for the when I mean that doing longer op, now I guess maybe the ops can take a lot of the stuff from the Milsim day and really extend it out, and then I think people will be like, I honestly think from today when I was just asking random player like, oh, what'd you think, this, that, and the other thing. I think it's worth not just only the Discord. I mean, look, I'm a boomer, so like to a certain degree.
Richie hates Discord.
I guess no, I don't hate Discord. I just use it for voice, and that's it. I forget that it's a messaging thing, and there's like all this stuff. So maybe for other people it is, but I think actually talking to them in person, asking them right then and there, what did you think, is worth. It's totally worth it. Like something they may come up with something that is completely just not usable, and they may say something like, hey, what if we moved people? Or hey, the box, like it would be really cool if they had like biohazard stickers on it, something for the ambiance, whatever, just something, anything that's like cool, that like whatever, like, because I think people, what I noticed today, at least they wanted to do objectives and kill. And look, the other thing too is before that the red team got curb stomped.
Well, they didn't get curb stomped.
They didn't get or get pushed back or pushed back, whatever you want to call it. I threw physically 8 fucking Enola Gay smokes to flush out
it looked good.
The mosque area, and like I was pushing people, telling move the fuck up, like
It was kind of funny. I was like, who's that fucking asshole yelling? And I heard it again, and I was like,
it was me.
Oh, it's Richie.
Because then
and I was
people
like,
go, oh
this is
yeah,
gonna
there's
be good.
smoke. Let's do this. And the black and white smoke was just really good
was
today
good.
because it was
Yeah,
cold.
The mix.
Yeah, and then throwing hand grenades, and I got that really good grenade from pretty far away on the second floor. It was perfect. And you were like,
Dude, that I saw it go off and I was like,
He threw
oh my
it from
God,
the-
that was amazing.
And-
Oh my God. And it landed.
and then you're like,
He threw
10
it from the
feet?
south
Yeah.
side of the
Yeah.
mosque fence to the north 2-story,
Oh, nice.
and it went off perfectly on the roof.
And a guy came up and went,
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
but and we were really moving, and like people were working together, like I'm moving up, I'm moving. So like there was, and these are people that don't know each other. So that's the thing that I will say. it's getting people to work together. So then when they go to a big op, they go, oh yeah, we should really work together at Blood Diamond or Crossroads or something like that. They're willing to do that. I think also the commanders, it's great having commanders, people that I'm like, I'm going to listen to. Why the hell would I listen to you otherwise? Like an open play. I think if you can, I don't know, like I would be great as a commander. I would maybe try it once. I would try it, but I could see myself as a second in command. Let's get the troops. I'll herd the cats. You know me. I could do that. I'll throw all the smokes. We'll get the people going. Oh, you want me to go this way? Give me 30 guys and I'll motivate them. I'm that. I'm not the big picture guy. Maybe I could. I'm not retarded. I could get an idea of like what's going on, but like, and I understand, but like the big picture stuff, maybe I'm just not that, I kind of want to do the murder, death, kill thing too. And I just feel like I'd be better. So like having maybe
the internet gave us that word back.
I think having the structure for I guess what would you call it? Sub commanders, whatever you want to call it. I think would be good, and everyone knows who they are. Maybe special armbands of some kind, or some kind of
a really cool patch.
Well, I had this idea, right, where for Milsim days, because there's like all this lore happening behind these Milsim days now. So my idea was to create a patch about the size of the like the Zulu staff patch.
Okay.
So 3x5, right?
Okay.
So it's a larger patch, right? And in that patch, maybe I'll make some simple logo or whatever the fuck for each side. And it's just a blue patch, right? And you get 2 of them. So as opposed to wearing armbands, you can purchase these patches. And for Milsim days, you can wear those as your team identification. Now, on the patch, like the bottom inch would be the loop part of Velcro. So now, not only do you have your team identifier, but if you're the commander, if you're EOD, if you're a JTAC, a medic, as opposed to wearing another armband, there'd just be a small strip, and you put that little strip on the patch. So it's just like a colored strip, and that would be your designation. Like okay, I'm on blue team and I'm also a medic, or I'm on blue team and I'm the commander.
Okay.
Commanders have separate ones, medics, JTACs, any sort of roles that these guys do. And so it'd be about that size.
Okay.
And then the bottom inch would be a strip of Velcro.
Okay.
So that way you can take this little color
from the
strip and put it on there, and that'll designate you as whatever role you are. I just haven't quite. I have to talk to a patch manufacturer, because putting Velcro on the bottom inch is like super different.
Difficult. Yeah. I'm wondering.
You should talk to Andy.
There might be some other. There might be some other method you could. So but that would be cool. No, I get it. That's
bottom inch right
and
here.
then we would have to control the color combos. And I will say, I knew it was kind of a problem, and people were complaining about it. After today, I think it's 100% a problem. We have to replace the orange high-vis armbands.
They look red.
They look red at a
distance. They look red. Yeah.
The which one? The which one?
The orange high-vis.
Yeah.
We had to call an audible last minute at legitimately like 12:20, because I'm pulling all the armbands out, and I was like, cool, we have enough medic bands. Cool, we have enough engineer armbands. And then I was like, we don't have enough EOD armbands, not EOD, JTAC. This time we substituted EOD for JTAC, and they were supposed to be the high vis
orange.
Well, they were supposed to be the high vis orange, and we only had 4. And I'm like, where did all of the armbands go? Like, I don't.
People eat them, dude.
Yeah, but the high vis ones, like, people usually hate them, and I'm like, they've just
no
evaporated.
Rust 4 loves high vis fucking armbands, dude.
Oh, they do like the orange high vis ones. Yeah. So we only had 4 left, and I was like, well, we have to call an audible, so we switched the EOD. Or not I keep seeing EOD. We switched to the JTAC and the engineer. So now JTACs for high vis yellow and engineers for orange. I'm standing at the north side of the Moss compound, the last building, and I could see that orange high vis armband all the way down there. And I had to like do a double take going, is that red? No. Okay. No. That's an orange one. That's not a red player. But it happened today where
it looks
blue
the same.
Players were friendly firing each other because of the orange high vis armband. I'm like, I understand it now. It's the system that we can use right now, but it's
Yeah, I understand.
Look, if anyone's got a suggestion, something we can think of the box,
a 3x5 patch.
Yeah. Well, or something else. Somebody may have something or some.
Well, in fairness, I think we don't tell them like, okay, so your team bands go on your arm.
Yeah.
But your medic, if you're a medic and you have a white one, you don't have to put it on your arm.
No,
you can
we
put
just
it on
say
your gear
anywhere above the belt line.
Yeah.
And I tell that to both team commanders. I'm like, hey, the specialized armbands, they don't have to stack. They just have to go anywhere above the belt line.
I wonder if you can find, I know this is ridiculous, but like electrical tape that's like candy caned. So it would be white, red, white, red, white. Well, like if you could, right? Like it's already made like that. I'm curious if it's like that. Now imagine that. You go, hey, look, you want to be known as the medic? Hell, you're wearing a plate carrier. Hey, we're going to wrap this around your back. We're going to wrap this around your front. Now you look like a candy cane, but we know you're a medic. Like you could do that as
well. The white, red wouldn't work specifically because of the red.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but okay. Oh, no. You get one that's white, red. You get one that's white, blue.
Yeah, I know that.
And now that's a blue medic. That's not somebody doing any. And it's a visualization because me and Eric, Eric and Lane, a couple of other people were saying the only issue was the PID today, but it wasn't even like in a way that like people were like saying, oh, they're cheating. It was more like, I just didn't want to shoot friendlies. That there was confusion, and people were being respectful actually, and that's what was funny. Is like it was more in that sense, not like jumping to conclusions.
Yeah. So I don't think like, I don't think that. I'm sorry. I'm putting my thoughts together. I think it's more important for the team identifier to be more readily available than it is for your role.
Yeah.
That's why with the patch, I'm okay with the medics just having a small white piece at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't care as a player. Like if I see that, I don't care that he's a medic. Maybe I do, right? Maybe I see him and I think, I want to kill him first so that he can't revive his team.
But you don't want the role to overpower the armband.
Correct, right? Like the team identification is far more important than the engineer. You know what I mean? Like, and so I think that's where that could come in. That could come into play. We could also just tell them like, hey, don't put your role on your arm. Just put it on your gear somewhere.
But there's also always going to be some kind of issue with team ID when it comes to armbands, because again, I saw it today. It's going to sound like the most morbid meme ever, but it would be funny if I did it this way. Because it's cold out, you're wearing a hoodie or you're wearing a jacket, and then you put your armband here, and then it scrunches into your elbow, and then your jacket pulls up a little bit, and it covers up your armband. Yeah, I watched the dude.
That's just a player thing, though. Right. What can you do?
This is where the joke comes in. Have you seen that Ukraine clip where a Ukrainian soldier just walks into a Russian trench?
Oh God.
Yeah. And it gets like me to you before they realize what's going on, and he just gets dumped.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
So it happened here today where I'm standing there. I have to check the footage because I know I hit record. I just didn't know if I got the camera up quick enough because I realized what was happening. This red player is just standing there outside the mosque, and blue player comes running up over the hill, and he looks, he's like, hey, where'd they all go? And he's like, what team are you on? And it's because his armband is scrunched in between his elbow. And he's like, where'd they go? And the dude on red team is like, hey, what team are you on? And he looks and he goes, I'm on blue. Why? Wow. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, I'm on red. And both of them have their armbands scrunched up in their elbows.
That could be a winter issue because a lot of people are wearing a lot of gear. That could be
but think about this. The patch would eliminate that.
It would.
So
but then you're required to wear some kind of top that has Velcro on the shoulders, and we're in the wintertime where not everybody's wearing.
Yeah,
it would have to be okay with it going on the plate carriers. But then it's like, oh, I'm wearing a chest rig. I'm not wearing a backpack. I don't have a way to put it on my back.
Yeah, I know. There's maybe you'd have 4 patches, right? So
we talked about that.
One on each arm, and then one for your helmet or something. Yeah. I don't know.
Or then you'd be like Brian today, where I realized he only had Velcro on half of his helmet.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to put a contour on him, and I was like, and he went to rip his patch off. I'm like, no, we put it on the other side. And I'm like,
I think, people want it to be fair. Like they're not, this is an issue that's not like, oh, we're doing this because people are cheating. It's literally people are just.
We need it to be fair.
Yeah, of course. And I think there's a solution out there. That's not bad either. I like that you have the commander. Definitely notifying who's commanders and who's. So then people listen like, oh, okay, this is not just some stranger.
But even for the game brief.
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. I was going to say I start and end every game brief by saying like, here's red teams, here's blue team's commander. And then I go in to do the.
No, you did that. No. I was overhearing it while I was trying to get my gun fixed. So.
All right. Well, real quick, let's take a break and we'll be right back.
Coffee? Coffee?
Go buy our merch. Go to the Zulu24.square.site, buy some merch. Also, I found a little hiccup and I can't seem to resolve it. So when you go and you buy merch, when you look at it, it says out of stock. Everything says out of stock until you put in your size.
Oh.
So everything's there. You got to put in your size. Head on over Zulu24.square.site. Pick up your Zulu24 merch. We're always kind of updating it. All the designs on there. There are a lot of cool stuff. You know, but
that would be cool.
It would be cool. And we're back.
And we're back. The girls at Dunkin' laughed at me because I went through drive-thru. And I was like, can I get an extra large hot decaf, 8 ice cubes? And then I stopped and I was like, I know that probably sounds really weird, but I'm really particular about the 8 ice cubes. And she starts laughing and goes, I've heard that before.
Yeah, that's probably me.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, let's go for doubling down on weird.
Why? Like 7 is not enough and then 9's too much?
Correct. I don't like my coffee super hot. I also don't like it room temperature. Yeah. I want it to be drinkable as soon as I get it. I don't want to have to wait 30 minutes.
I have a question. Have you ever like tested the actual temperature of the perfect coffee? No. Then
I'm not that into it. No.
I'd be curious what your perfect temperature is. Then you'd be like,
I don't know. Yeah, what it exactly is.
You have your thing in the car like,
I'm going to send this back. This one's too hot.
Well, I will tell you, originally they were like, all right, we're going to have to steam the coffee. And I kind of stopped them like, that's a really fancy way to say microwave it.
It's okay. I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
But then I pulled up, and because he ordered decaf too, they didn't have enough. So these are fresh pots.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Which usually means that they're hotter, like way hot. I so many times I would get coffee and I couldn't drink it until I was already here. And then I didn't need the coffee anymore. I was just like, what the fuck? So one time I was just like, hey, can I put 6 ice cubes in that? And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's a hot coffee, but I don't like it. I had to like explain all this over the intercom or whatever. Yeah. And 6 was okay. Like I could drink it like 10 minutes down the road or whatever, but I figured 8 is beautiful. 8 because they basically they melt basically instantly. And it's as soon as they hand it to you, you could like fucking drink the whole thing. I love it. Yeah, I know. I'm fucking 42, man. I get to do what I want.
Black ice cubes and soup.
He may not be autistic, but he's a little autistic.
But I don't have. Look, I don't drink coffee. I'm like hot chocolate, and that's about it.
You want coffee?
No, I don't want that.
All right.
I can't drink caffeinated coffee anymore. This shit makes my fucking eyes vibrate.
I love caffeinated coffee.
Oh, I need caffeine.
Dump caffeine for a month and then try your coffee again. You will second guess the effects.
The reason why I know I'm not addicted to coffee though is because there's days where I can go without coffee.
You're addicted to coffee.
Oh, I fell into the addiction.
I mean, to be fair, I did run a coffee shop during the LARP
No,
game,
that's fine.
but like I can go. Yeah, I can.
You'll feel your heart do weird shit. Like you like, oh God, this stuff is probably not great. It's like all that pre-workout that's got like a billion fucking like grams of fucking
Dylan was there that
coffee,
time. I mixed so much pre-workout powder. It wasn't even liquid. It was just chunky.
It was just chunky, like chunky milk.
Oh, I wasn't doing it for health. I was doing it to not sleep. We were at MSW.
You want to know something?
I took a 1 liter bottle of Poland Spring.
It's not that serious.
Like the one a little bit smaller than this one.
Yeah.
And I just kept pouring C4 powder in, and then I'd swirl up and take a sip, and I'm like, nah, it's not strong enough yet. And then I put too much, and I was like, well, now I have to live with my life choices.
Oh God!
It just went in the cargo pocket on my cries, and I drank that for the first 24 hours of the game.
Oh God! I got introduced to pre-workout when I was like, I'd say like 33.
Wait a minute,
or whatever.
Continue.
And it was because I was working like actually maybe like 31, 32. And it was because I was going, I would go out to visit my friend who lived out on the island. I would be working 4 to 12, and then I'd get a route done and immediately go out there to go party or go to the bars out there. And then to catch up to the pregame before going out, he was like, "Oh yeah, let's do some pre-workout." And for me, that's a hyperactive guy. I was doing pre-workout with like vodka.
I was gonna say, were you mixing pre-workout and alcohol?
I had
Arnold
no idea.
Schwarzenegger looking motherfuckers.
And I was like this, and I was like so amped up the whole fucking night. I was like dancing and all kinds of shit. It was just crazy.
Making Ghetto 4 Loco.
Yeah, but I was literally doing that. I did that a couple of times, and like that was the only time I ever did pre-workout, and I've never done it since.
Yeah, you don't need.
I have only.
I don't drink, dude. All these guys are like obsessed with White Monster. I've never literally.
I don't
get it.
I never drank a White Monster. Everybody's like, I'm like,
bro. The AMS crowd
loves White Monster.
I think I
don't get it.
Like they did a very good job with the trash. Like trash was actually really good this year, whatever. But I could still see the trash.
Here at here.
Yeah, here.
AMS should buy stock in White Monster.
Any energy drink, just not water, dude. I think. How many people? 400 people here. So imagine that much trash, dude. I think I saw like fucking 10 water bottles in the trash, dude. Everything else was
Bang, C4, White Monster, fucking.
How are you
Rain.
functioning? Like, oh my!
I don't.
Dude, my group does that no water challenge at MSW, and all they do is drink White Monsters.
Well, I look at
God,
Drew every
dude.
time, and I'm just like,
It's not
how
a
the
good challenge.
fuck are you doing this?
Dude, I don't even like. Their kidney stones must be like
nuts. I mean, fucking acorns.
But I guess I don't know. Like I never. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get it. My coworker would drink 6 a day.
Oh god.
Your coworker has diabetes and is probably going to die. of heart
He
disease.
was cured of pancreatic cancer shortly after finding this out.
What?
Oh, so White Monsters cure pancreatic cancer?
He
It's
thought
great.
it was diverticulitis or whatever.
Diverticulitis.
Yeah, that one. And freaking turned out he had like stage -6 cancer. They caught it so early.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No,
But they were like, how many monsters do you drink a day? How long have you been drinking them? It's probably why.
Oh,
Yeah. No,
so they
my-
cause pancreatic cancer. Okay.
My dad had diverticulitis. You don't want that. It's weird.
Yeah, that's really not good.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Can't eat seeds and
Can't-
stuff.
Yeah, it's bad. It's
Yeah.
bad. Should we continue on with my
On a
review?
brighter note.
Yeah.
We can. Yeah. I also realized, as we can tell, I forgot this is a Christmas episode.
Oh shit! It's a Christmas episode.
And Anthony's not here. Motherfucker.
Sorry, Anthony.
We don't get to answer the question of did he finish Die Hard or not.
Oh fuck! That's
Wait,
right.
what? He's never seen it?
He
I have a
started
take.
it. He didn't get all the way through it. Go on.
Do you think Die Hard's a Christmas movie?
Oh yeah. Here
You
we
think
go.
it is?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I don't think it is.
Ooh.
I don't think it is.
I heard
and
you
here's
explain
why.
this this
Ready?
morning.
Take, let's say, Easter, right? Now we're at the company party and it's Easter. Instead of presents, there's gift baskets, like Easter baskets. Die Hard's still happening.
Yeah, and it would be an Easter movie, and it would be a classic Easter movie.
Most companies don't have
no matter what holiday. Make it a St. Patrick's party. Make it any party.
Yeah,
make it a pregnancy party.
Yeah, most companies
Make it
don't
a
have.
gender reveal party.
Yeah, most companies don't have any
It's
of
still
those.
going to be Die Hard.
Ho ho
Yeah,
ho!
but-
I have a machine gun.
Okay, where do you put your Christmas tree?
In my living room?
Okay, do you ever go into your living room when there's no Christmas tree?
Yes.
Okay, you're doing
There
the
you
same.
go.
You're
So
doing
I'm still Die Hard.
exactly everything related to Christmas. You do anyway. It's only
Like-
because of that tree that makes it a Christmas thing.
Yeah, but you can't do Home Alone on St. Patrick's Day. It's
could.
not Home Alone.
Yeah, you could.
You could do Home
He's
Alone on
simply
Easter.
just Home Alone.
Oh, yeah.
But it's because of Christmas.
Yeah, but you could do
No.
Home Alone on Easter.
They could have been just traveling and then they just
Yeah.
left them.
You could also do Home Alone on Thanksgiving.
That'd be Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Like literally, one of my friends, I heard him say it last night on Discord. He's like, "Yeah, my girlfriend and I exchanged Christmas gifts," and like the other two people in the call were like, "Why?" Like, it's Christmas is until next week, and he's like, "Yeah, but she's not gonna be here for Christmas, so we did it now." Like,
yeah. Die
I
Hard's
stand
Christmas
with
movie.
Bruce Willis. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
No, it is. And don't talk bad about Mr. Winslow too. He actually saved Nakatomi Plaza. So. Carl Winslow.
Bruce Willis
somebody
himself.
in the comment section is going to agree with you.
Bruce
at the
Willis
bottom.
himself
No.
said it's not a Christmas movie.
What was his reasoning at the time? I know that he's
I was
suffering.
going to say, I think it was not recent, but within the last 2-3 years.
Yeah, definitely not recent.
Yeah.
No,
That's so sad about
Yeah,
about
that
him.
is.
Like
yeah,
getting
it is.
getting like what is it, dementia plus like or whatever the disease is where he can't speak and like
Yeah, it's
but he
awful.
knows what's going on, but then he's got
Aphasia?
but then he also like I think he has somewhat dementia where he doesn't understand too. It's just Terrible, fucking horrendous. Like that. I think when your mind goes, like my dad was saying the same thing. He's like, he thought his mind was going at one point, and
that terrifies me.
And he's like,
yeah, but I think
he was gonna like fucking kill me, but it was because his carotid was so occluded that like that they missed it with lots of scans. He's always getting heart scans. My dad's got like all kinds of different surgeries and all kinds of different He literally has 2 replacement hips. His back is shaved. He's had at one point 16 stents in his chest. Then he got bypass after that. He's been 6. He did get angioplasty at 39 because he had his widowmaker clogged up. He has a pacemaker that's like an advanced one. He just got his 3rd shoulder surgery. This guy's like bionic.
He's the T500 before
what is
the
it?
T1000.
What is it? What was it? The $1 Million Man. The best is one time I looked at like his like medical bill for one of the things, and it was close to that. It was fucking crazy. It was like that much. But yeah, he was like not as sharp, and he's a sharp guy. And he's like, like that, like kill me, like that kind of thing.
Well, I think the blessing, I guess, is that people who are losing their minds don't have the cognitive thought, I think I'm losing my mind.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what's the worst part about dealing with a crazy person? They don't know that they're crazy.
Yeah.
So that might be a thing. I don't know. None of us are doctors here. Like,
this is not medical advice.
Not medical advice. Do not.
Views and opinions expressed here do not represent anything of Zulu 24 Zulu Outdoor. It can represent Antique Airsoft Studios, but
you just shouldn't fucking listen to us, dude. But I'm not watching that, by the way. You sent me that link. I'm not watching it because I wholeheartedly disagree. It's like that's on the same level as Flat Earth.
The man,
I thought you were going to send me like some
creator.
Conspiracy shit. I was like, what is Dylan trying to communicate to me? And I'm like, I even texted you there, going like, what's going on? Oh, that. Oh,
yeah.
Bad Electrician will put a movie out tomorrow, or the episode out tomorrow. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
I will unsubscribe.
Well, technically then you will subscribe to the unsubscribe.
I will not cancel my Pepperbox subscription over that.
Anyway, Rich, what do you think about the effects?
Oh,
Boom.
Not gonna lie, I didn't get to see all of them. I only got to see it from the distance. So if you're familiar with the field, I was at African Village actually gathering. Actually, I had just gotten those 3 whatever from the trenches, the big ammo cases. They were brought up to the embassy, and then I was just hanging out there. And like this one guy, I'm like, we're trying to hold a position because they're starting to go into the trenches from mosque to the trenches. Then they're gathering, and like one guy's like, I just want to leave because I want to see the explosion. And I'm like thinking, are they doing the explosion this early in the game? And I'm like,
yes,
I guess. I thought it was gonna be like some ending thing where like we're all chasing after this one spot, and it's like then we all just like, oh my god, it's a nuclear explosion or something. But I got to see it. I was at African at the furthest end, like right on the borderline with trenches, and I heard the boom. It wasn't as loud as the other, I guess.
Yeah, so I noticed
things you're doing, but I got to see probably. I would say if I was maybe elevated just a little bit more, I maybe would have seen the part of the
fireball.
The fireball. Yeah. I did not see that, but I did see like the secondary mushroom cloud, and it was black, and you could definitely see that something happened.
Yeah.
Sure. So definitely cool for that. I would say if you were able to put it on all the second stories, it was like boom, boom, boom. From that, it would be crazy.
If only you were at the last one.
Yeah, we literally did it the last time.
Oh, you did all of them?
Not with the fireball. With the other pyrotechnics. That's louder.
1, 2, 3. Was there 4 or 5? 4. No, 2.
No, 5.
It was 6.
Fuel Depot.
There was 2 on the Fortress.
Tavern.
Oh yeah. Okay, so there was 5 plus the one in Fuel Depot.
Well, the flame one.
I guess one's cool. The flame one's expensive.
The black, you really do see.
Yeah, it's cool.
That so like if you had like 2 or 3 of those, that'd be kind of cool, you know. But I mean, just from, you know, and then there was an explosion early on, but I think I may have been off the field for a minute because I was literally fixing my gun, which kind of.
That was probably just a grenade because all of that pyro went off at the same time.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there was some other effect.
No. We were comboing the stuff we were using previously with that, so that you would get the bang and you would see the fireball. There was a slight issue with what I'm assuming is the wind unplugging one of the fires. However, funny story. I don't know if you heard about this. After he set off the first one, the red players that were on the top of the hill thought it was on fire. So they almost called it real world because they saw fire.
That was the point. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, you're not wrong, but don't worry. It's an controlled environment. It's fine. However, my original assumption was correct. From the mortar, because there's no vegetation in the trees, you could see it.
Oh, you could?
Yeah.
Cool.
So send a mortar around out, and then you can see the fucking building go. Poof. I'm like, that's dope.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I definitely the effects are cool. I think people like that. They were like drawn to it. So
that's part of the fun.
So I feel I don't want to say missed opportunity because obviously the game is changing. I feel as though that effect, because people really wanted to see it. Like these people were about to, honestly, I had to like wrangle people to be like, no, we need to stay here because they're going to like come up behind us.
Yeah.
And like, I almost feel like if you could do that again, but where it's like, oh, like even if you have to switch gears and everyone's like, we gotta go to CQB now, and everybody's gonna run there. Even people are just like coming out of the woodwork and dying left and right, but they're in some visual of it. They really want to see that. They're
because like perfect world would have been that red and blue were all fighting in CQB at that moment in time, because that's kind of why we put.
Well, we didn't anticipate. Yeah, we didn't anticipate red being pushed so far back.
Yeah,
because it's literally never happened in AS.
Yeah, in previous Milsim days, like the helicopter, the first one where we used the practical pyro in that regard. Yeah. Red and blue were fighting over the helicopter the entire time, and it was like a slog out fucking fight to get the charges on. Like I have the video where they're trying to put the pyrotechnics on the helicopter while they're still getting shot at because they're like, we want to blow it. So the players got to see the experience of it. Same thing last time. Both teams were fighting in CQB, and it was actually Brian's choice to blow up their own side, which set it off. And again, then all the players that were there got to see it. This time around, because blue pushed so hard, red wasn't even close to the city. So like the red players didn't get the. I did have a player walk up where he was like, "Hey, what time are the pyrotechnics going off?" It was 3:15.
Yeah,
I was like, "Bro, they went off at like 2:20 ish," and he's like, "Really? Oh, I didn't get to see it." And I'm like, yeah, it was in CQB.
Would you be able to do that like towards the end of the game?
Yes,
we could.
So what I would do is the way we write the 3 o'clock frago is we basically tell both teams to, hey, it's now almost take over the whole field, try and get every objective, to basically push them back as far as they can go. What I can do is instead of making that at 3 o'clock, I can make that say the 3:20, 3:30 frago. So now it stops both teams from getting really aggressive in that last hour of pushing each team as far back, but instead of focusing on an objective.
I almost feel like what if you made it where like just hammer anvil at CQB right at the end.
I agree. Then everybody. What was nice is when with the battle over the helicopter when we first did the effects.
Because is it and then and then I think what you could do a controlled thing where you can have. I think the best would be if you could put the explosion on top of the bridge and before it goes off, you want to be safe. You'd have refs up there and they just are standing there by the stairs. I'm like, no, you can't come up here.
Oh, you're talking about putting it on the physical building.
On the physical bridge and put 3 of them up there. Boom, like that, where people are battling, depending on where they're positioned. So they really see that. It's at the center of the field.
Specific pyro, I don't think it would work just because the amount of fire involved.
Yeah,
because those there's a reason there's 55-gallon oil drums that have been cut on top of the apartments now because we have to contain it in there. When we initially did the first test run, it's cool. It goes up and out. If we didn't put them in those drums, the out portion would have rained down on any player that was standing next to the apartments. That's why they're in the oil drums.
Could you you couldn't put those oil drums on top of the bridge?
We could put it all the way on the top.
Yeah, all the way on the top.
That's okay. I thought you meant right up.
It would be completely safe.
Yeah.
For somebody to be underneath.
What was I thinking?
I thought you were saying that go up the stairs, that balcony right there, put it on the balcony.
Oh no. I was talking about being on top of the roof. Those things being on top of the bridge, and then like for safety, like if you can't be in the bridge.
You could be right underneath.
You could be right underneath it. Yeah.
We were totally willing to blow the apartments with the 2 or 3 blue players that were still inside, but they're like, we're trapped up here. We can't get down the stairs, and we're like, yes, you can. And they're like, we're gonna get shot if we go down the stairs, and we're like, well, you're gonna get killed.
Don't worry about it. Up there. And Kevin, go tell them they're all dead.
Yeah. I mean, those are. They're not. So those particular ones are more. They're more flame.
Yeah.
Than they are boom.
Yeah. Could you do maybe a flame in the center and then 2 booms on either side?
That's what we did today.
That's what the goal was today, but we had a misfire with one of the fireballs. And I'm like I said, I'm going to assume it's because it's the wind. Like that's probably 32 gauge wiring.
It's tiny.
Yeah, and it's
I think. Oh no. So when I put it together, I did the test on it. I used the little test function, and it came up green. Yeah. So it came up good. So I'm wondering if it was good for the one, like it completed that one circuit.
Oh, but it wasn't good for the other.
Maybe not good for the other.
Because I just assumed that seeing how thin those wires are, and then the transceiver being basically just friction, maybe the wind, because it was kind of windy. And
maybe, but I think what I should have done is actually like
braided the wires
together. And we just kind of threw it up there. But no, but they're perfectly safe, dude. Within reason, they're perfectly safe. I mean, would I set that off at ground level? Probably not.
No.
It's not a good look. But it would be cool to like.
If I was gonna put a couple up there, right, and then like I like the idea of like. You just make it where that slugfest right at the end, where everybody just gets their yayas out. They're close to the they're close to the.
And you just blow it to blow it,
dude. Whoever doesn't get it, whatever. Like let's say blue team was just dominating CQB, and they're like, we can't get out, and you just literally hand someone the detonator, and you literally just have the loudspeaker go. The what is it? The Modern Warfare nuke countdown. And then just like, all right, that's it, and just blow it, and then it's just like.
Well, it's kind of funny because that happened last month where we were both on the same page. We're like, if no team completes this mission, we're blowing it anyway. Like, we want to see it go boom.
Yeah, it'd be cool at night too.
The primal urge to just watch things go boom.
Yeah, and that's the thing what a lot of people wanted to do, and what I guess the only thing that's a shame is that's like the only location that you could really do that besides the helicopter. That kind of effect.
With that specific effect, yes.
Yeah,
it depends on the time of year.
With the other,
we got snow on the ground.
Maybe
with the other stuff,
ground level is just even the regular explosions are just
Oh, not on ground level, no.
Yeah, like with the other stuff, like what we put on the helicopter, we could use that in different areas of the field. That's not as much of a fire hazard as those. Those are a legitimate fire.
It's just a fireball.
Those are a legitimate fire hazard.
Yeah.
It's cool though, and we're gonna play around with ideas because again, like we want to do.
Oh, definitely. Here's the other one. You put 4 on the top of castle.
Just for context, those things are expensive.
Yeah. They're like $70 a piece. So.
Yeah. Just like fuck it, we could use 10 in a day. That's expensive as fuck. Oh
yeah. All right. Really, wait. Yeah. So you're telling me if I want to let out 4 of these things, I've got to pay, I don't know what,
70, 140, 280.
280. Yeah.
I give you $300 and I can blow up the
fortress and put 1 on each corner.
Yeah.
I mean, technically,
yeah. I mean, I've seen you throw more pyro for less. So
I mean, I just threw like 8 smoke grenades and literally like.
What's your current tag in inventory at? Actually, maybe for legal reasons we don't say that.
Yeah, I mean, I used a couple at the AMS, a couple boxes, so it's definitely
boxes, not individual grenades.
Definitely boxes.
Not 12.
I mean, I still have. I think I still have like.
Are you gonna ship your pyro to the AMS game in Texas?
No, I don't think I'm gonna get any pyro, so it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, Richie.
Yeah, these are $75 a piece.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that the? Oh, are those specifically? Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are like a legit thing.
Oh, so it's not like homegrown shit.
No.
This is
we didn't
pyrotechnic.
build that.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
We didn't like throw a bag of gasoline up there. Like,
I thought it was like one of those fuel.
we could.
I thought it was one of. I thought it was one of those things where it blows up. It's like sawdust, and then like
No. That's a
Nice.
specific like
No, that's like a
theatrical
thing.
for movie purposes pyrotechnic.
Yeah.
That's why again when actually somebody brought it up today, they're like, so let me just like kind of understand this. They're like, I saw what you guys are posting on Instagram, and I'm like, yeah, and they're like, but we can't throw tag-ins. It's like, yes. And I explained it to them, and somebody else was standing there, and they're like, yeah, if every single person here had a P-top certification and we had law enforcement here to say it's okay, like maybe that could work. And I looked at him and I was like, that's a big maybe.
Well, P-top is bullshit. And
that's what I started.
You would have to get a New York certification.
And I was like, we went to judges and lawyers and asked questions, and they were like, absolutely not. These are not legal in the state. And he's like, why does everybody think they are? I'm like, because P-top is bullshit.
Well, because they're cool, man.
Yeah,
Like
they're
I think they're cool as fuck. But yeah, these like I have a license to get these. And so that's what we're kind of operating under.
To him, I was like,
what's like? Is there like one that's even bigger? Like what's like the insane? What's like the insane one? Where it's like holy shit.
The insane one, believe it or not, because I watched them do it at Panthera, is literally a trash bag full of gas.
A trash bag full of gasoline.
A full trash bag, and it creates that big fireball.
Really? So it's like like an actual bag or a can or is it focused?
No. It is a trash bag,
like
a
contractor
hefty
bag.
contractor bag.
yeah.
How does it not? Well, doesn't gasoline eat through the bag?
Yes, it
Has
does.
to be set up immediately.
Oh,
That's why at
Benghazi.
Benghazi, only one of them worked because the second one or the first one
leaked or whatever.
First one leaked. Yeah. Because you're on a time crunch.
So you got to like take a couple of hefty bags and then pour it in immediately and be like,
and that just adds more compression, which is going to be okay.
Yeah. And then you have like flaming gas going everywhere.
Okay. So like to do the big mega nuke one.
Also keep in mind when we did that at Benghazi, there was like a 500-foot safety ring.
Yeah. Like you couldn't, there was a whole area that
like
you
remember
couldn't
the
go.
backside of the GRS town where we're like, do not go up this hill, period.
Yeah.
That's where it was.
So if we've lit that off on the top of
No.
range.
No. Yeah,
no, absolutely
I'm
not.
not doing that.
Yeah.
I've got some other ideas for some cool stuff we can do.
But yeah, the pyro, I think the people were interested in that.
Yeah. And that's kind of like, I don't want to break the game because to me, the whole, like where this works really well is if it happens in the middle of a fight, not let's break everyone's immersion essentially and be like, everybody go watch the thing go boom because it's like, hey, we could just do that.
I'll tell you right now, people were noticing that. So I almost feel like maybe they knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So this time, maybe you just don't tell people as much as like it is. Like they were literally,
that video was cool.
But guys are like, yeah, I'm going to go. And I'm like, dude, don't leave. And then they just started leaving. It was the only time that day I had people just going, yeah, I'm not listening to this or whatever.
Yeah.
It was the first time in the whole, and I get it. Yeah,
Again,
I get
the primal urge to watch things go boom.
Boom, boom. Yeah.
Well, and then even the people that were in CQB, because I was just was in CQB, like nobody was pulling security.
Yeah, everybody was just like,
everybody was just gaggled the fuck around.
Yeah,
because they just wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Eric was trying. He was just like, dude, lay down cover fire so that these guys can get down from up there. And we did, and everybody did the same thing. We're all just like shooting this way but looking this way.
Yeah.
And I get it because like we've talked about it on other podcasts, like bringing a little bit of the theatrics to it because it's fun, it's cool, especially for an open play. Like you gotta, and then like I think people do have to realize, like we were talking before, is like increasing the ticket price, you made it longer, there's more involved in back end.
It's just an op at that point.
It's just it literally, what was today's price today?
$35.
$35.
And got to watch stuff go boom and all that fun stuff.
And it'll be real fun next month when you get to watch.
You're the fucking worst. Jesus Christ.
And now you gotta edit.
Bleep it. Just bleep everything you say.
Yeah.
And then
So now I need to know what is going on there. Is that you have
no. There's nothing going on.
Tune in for next month.
But I want to know because I'm probably not going to be able to make next month because
I'll tell you off air.
Oh God!
Because we're still.
You'll tell me off air.
Yeah.
Well, just remind me because we'll talk about something else. But yeah, as far as the game is concerned, the 4 hours. Okay, so definitely, I think during like the summer months, I think you could.
Well, during the summer months, it goes from 12:30 to 6.
Yeah.
Or 1. Were we going?
1 to 6.
I think 1 to 6 because it seemed like people were like, "Oh man, lunch was really early." I think
lunch was quick.
Lunch was quick.
Yeah. Lunch felt quick today.
Yeah, it was a little quick.
It has to be, because even then, so just timeline. We've always done it at 11:30 when we're on the 9 to 4 schedule for Milsim Day. Normally, lunch is at 12. Normally, it's a 45-minute lunch, because we have to then, yes, on our end, run out and set up all the props and set up pyrotechnics. But I then have to get people scanned in. Like, I scanned in the team commanders at like 10:30, 11 o'clock, just because I'm like, I need to get this out of the way so you guys could start scanning dudes in during lunch. But now in that 30-minute time frame, I have to walk around, check team balance, make sure that the team commanders are scanning people in. Then at 12:30, start lining them up. Sorry, at 12 o'clock, start lining them up for the game. It's going to take them 15 minutes because they're just like, oh, fuck, like lunch is over. Let's get our shit on. Do the entire game brief to hopefully start the game by 12:30. And we're consistently 10 to 15 minutes. Like today, we started the game exactly at 12:45.
I will look. You had Eric and I was saying the same. We just ran into each other because I was looking for my hat, and he was like, oh man, he was just walking at the back end of mosque, just like we were just bullshit. And he's like, dude, I'm really liking this format. Like he literally would, and I'm like, yeah, man, like this is fun. Like this is like kind of it's like even like, you know, I'm going to name drop other event producers like Josh and like other people talk about that 15 minutes. And we talked about this, the 15 minutes people will talk about it, as long as it doesn't matter if you get curb stomped. It doesn't matter if you advance and kill everybody, but if you had that fun, that adrenaline high, the rest of the day, it doesn't matter. And I tell you the truth, I think a lot of people that left today had that adrenaline dump and they were like, I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. I'm going to walk off the field now. Like I'm good. Like there's no, and I can see that, but you know, and I don't want to take away from what he was saying, but he was like, dude, this is like, you know, for the time crunch. I'm like, dude, for the time crunch that you're getting this, and this done is actually good. And now, you know, now doing it now, as I'm talking to you guys, I'm thinking, you know, maybe I have a difference of opinion where I'm saying, oh yeah, you could do like longer and this, and I'm thinking maybe that doesn't work for this because of what it is. And you're trying to do the baby step. But definitely for the summertime, that 1 to 5, I think is fantastic. And then if it does go from 5 to 6, you make like the last battles where there's the stragglers or whatever, or depending on how many people are like, yo, you make it like, oh my God, we're all getting surrounded. And like just everybody's just dying left and right.
Well, I'm curious because we started this in the summer, June. It was hot. It was a new format for players. We were going from 1 to 6. So it was a lot.
Yeah.
And we had
the first one was tough.
We had a pretty high attrition.
It was hot.
I have the pictures all cropped together in one.
But what I'm getting at here is that we're doing this every month. We've already picked out dates, which works because players have been asking, hey, can you pick the dates out?
Oh, yeah, that definitely. Yeah, people want to have that for sure.
What's the attrition June of 2026 versus the attrition of June 2025?
That's the true test.
That's the test because right there, it's like we talked in the beginning, like first one, it's the new toy. Second one, they heard about it. Third one, you see how well it's actually working. Yeah. But now when we get to the 12th one, we get to see, hey, what's the attrition rate like? Because hopefully,
ideally, it would be at least one more better.
August had the highest attrition rate.
Yes.
August was of the most people.
Hot. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I told Jordan this. I said, look, for a guy that works Saturdays, right? Or whatever, if you're starting a game at 1 and going till 5 or 6, right? Sure, you have the open play where people go out there first, get their yayas out just to get like, oh, is my gun working? Yeah. Get the, you know, loosen up a little bit. You're like, oh wow, this is you know, because everyone's played where you go out there and you're like, oh shit, I just got fucking wrecked, and I'm like, oops, well, I'm a little rusty right now. You know what I mean? Like I gotta put the oil on my knees, or my gun is like whatever. And I think, like, for me, I'd be able to show up, you know, at, you know, that 12 o'clock hour. I'd just, like, you know, put in a leave at work, like, for an hour or something like that. I can always do
where a lot of people started showing up and just sitting out the first half of the day to play Milsim Day.
Yeah.
And I totally understand why they do that. It just fucks with team balance.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
Well, it fucks with team balance when they show up late?
Because the benefit of, no, not even just showing up late, just not playing the first 2 games of the day. Because
we don't know what they are about.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
So in terms of team balance, because I had proposed at one point, it was like, hey, we should just do one Bullfield Conquest game, then do lunch, and then do Milsim Day. And Dave's right. That's just an off with a break. Those first 2 games of the day give us the opportunity to go, hey, red team was fucking on it the first game. Let's give blue a little more help. Oh, blue is a little too strong now. Let's rebalance teams a little bit during lunch. But then if we walk down after the second game to start lunch break, and I realize, oh, there's 35 players in the parking lot that didn't play. Like, fuck. Because now I have to guesstimate off of just looking at you and profiling you. What's your skill level? What's going to be your competency in communicating with leadership? Are you here with a group of 10? Are you here with a group of 2? Like,
how can we, you know what you could do is, I think, you know what, if you have commanders and you have this, you know, I don't know how you would implement it. Well, I would say it'd be word of mouth, but I wonder if you could get, AMS did something interesting. I remember when I went to Blue Gray, they had the little, like, people that were doing commander stuff. They would give out patches, these special patches, the people that were like doing honorable things.
Yeah.
They were doing, like, they did a mission. And I think if you have like those patches, same kind of, oh shit, this guy's like, he's got like a couple stars, or he's got it's something that, like, some kind of visual representation that this person's like
the thought process I had similar.
Yeah.
Was that maybe we start to implement where the first 2 games of the day are worth points for Milsim Day, or they're worth or they're worth UAVs or EMPs, because then it's like, yes, is there a world of possibility where maybe you're on red the first game of the day and then I have to move you to blue for team balancing? Yes, that's a possibility. It could happen. But if I incentivize of saying, hey, maybe the first game and the second game of the day are both worth 100 points, or maybe one game's worth 100 points, one game's worth a 3-pack of UAVs. Now you're incentivized to get on the field and help your team and actually help them win those games. So I get to see team balance, because I get to see how motivated you actually are to play the objective. And then I can walk into Milsim Day going, okay, these teams are good. Like, I'm not worried about team balance because I got to see them on the field for 2 games in a row. But again, there are still some players, I'm thinking of, 5 off the top of my head, where they're like, I'm not playing Milsim Day to win. I'm just playing to have a good time. So they don't care about the first 2 games anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but that's only 5 players. If you can get, a majority of the people hanging out in the parking lot, waiting for Milsim Day, if you can get them involved some way, then it's beneficial to everybody.
That might be the way to do it, because I've been thinking about it on and off. That's the only thing where I came up with going, that could help incentivize players to play the first 2
I think that, and then how could you get where, like, my idea, how could you get where commanders they keep going and they have some special things, so then you start, and then you say at the beginning of
well, that's Dave's Airsoft Medal of Honor.
Yeah, maybe that the BB Wars medal or whatever.
I'm down.
Yeah, and then you
I'm not. You know how AMS does the tiny little star?
Yeah. That's what
you do.
That's what I'm talking about.
Tiny Zulu logo.
Yeah.
There you go.
But no, everyone knows it. And then the best thing is, can you wait a second? Wasn't there a thing in Ares Alpha that you're able to have a scoreboard of some kind?
Yeah.
Well, how could you add that into there? Maybe you can ask them, like, could you add something in the background where people they get points, or there's something with
for the amount of games that they've played.
And then you're
like a reputation.
Yes, and then you're like,
and then
you're scanning people, and then you just go, oh, you've been to 4, you've been to 5, this is your first time, and you kind of like do rough out like that.
So I mean, right now we're kind of already doing that without having a legit system, because I can look at like group 1 and go, oh, you guys have been here for every single one of them. Cool. I know your skill level in comparison to group number 2, who's also been here for every single one of them. So I know I'm separating you two. The variable usually comes in terms of the walk-on players.
Yeah.
Like I can look at reasonably, I'd say there's a reoccurring about 8 different groups that show up for Milsim Day. They always have 5 to 10 players for each group. And I can look and go, cool, I know how this is going. Split them. Easy. That makes teams really balanced. But then if a day like today where there's 140, 150 players, that only makes up about half. Now I have the other half of the player base is walk-ons that I might know you. I might see you here for open play a couple times. I kind of know how you play, but also on an average day, we can see 100 players. It's the same reason I can't remember everybody's name. I know your name because I like you or you're a problem. So if I look at you and immediately know your skill level, okay, that's great. Chances are I might not. So then when it comes down to team balance, this thing's can get fucked up real quick, real fast. I mean, he saw it today. He's like, this is the first time I'm down here for like balancing teams. This is a nightmare. And I'm like, yeah, it sucks. It's hard.
And all you really have to go off of, if like there's a lot of new players coming in, whatever it is, unfortunately, you're looking at people's gear.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, well,
this dude's wearing Cry. I guess he either spends a lot of money or knows what he's doing.
Yeah, or this guy's got an HPA gun. Everything.
Yeah, or today there was a bunch of dudes that had their own gear but had rentals. In the same way, there was a bunch of dudes that were just rentals.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
there were some guys that were just they had like there was two kids I reckon that were fantastic, and they were like they had it wasn't rentals, but they were definitely had. They had regular civilian clothes, and they had, I think, cross-draw vests or something basic, but black gear and a gun. And they were like working together, and like they were kind of. So I think it's very hard. I think at that point you get it. You do. Players. I think
it doesn't work.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think just ask. I think the rough thing is how many Milsim days have you been to?
Yeah,
and then you just raise hands and you go 1, 2, 3, and you just get guys into 1, 2, 3, and then you just kind of like divide that up.
Yeah.
And then from there, I think you could just do throttle control with the op itself,
and
just
it
be
could
like
work.
Just giving people more borders or something, and be like,
well, yeah, we had to use that today.
Yeah. Are you now? Here's a question. Would you? Okay. Let's say when we were doing that big push into the mosque, right?
Yep.
And they were on that like the wood structure. What is that fence?
Checkpoint.
Oh, they were at checkpoint. That was not their respawn. Their respawn was like another 400.
Yeah, we were like shooting at them. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah, no, technically fair game.
Yeah. So now,
for example, Haji Camp is directly parallel to the checkpoint.
Yeah.
So
that's the last one.
If you can shoot at them at Haji Camp, you can shoot at them at the checkpoint. This is why I say it every weekend when we're playing like Full Field Conquest or 3 Flag Mosque. Usually it's Mosque. If they're saying they're getting spawn trapped and they're standing at the checkpoint, they're not spawn trapped.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Far from it.
So how about, is there a way, right, where they get mortars or something? Just anything.
Yeah, we use that today.
Now, could you, oh, all right. Well, so you do more.
Yeah, because I said it earlier.
And you just tell them everybody's dead? Or do you?
Sort of, I threw pyro at them.
Okay, so now this is my question. Because like you want not just a boom, you want more of like a visual.
Yeah, I threw in an Enola Gay flashbang at them.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, could you use like firework mortar? So it's like it lights off and then it's like shh.
At least,
and it's like, yo, man, you're everybody's fucking dead. They just
a little more controlled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because basically what happened, I
like those.
Brought this up earlier, was I gave both teams a 2:45, 3 o'clock mission.
Yeah.
Where I was just like, emergency mission, go down to fucking Vietnam. And then any blue player that was left in the mosque area, I was just like, hey, Dan, can you take the mortar out? Because he was in staging. And I was like, just send out 2 rounds. He's like, roger that. Sends out 2 rounds. 1, 2. And like everybody walked out there like, that was really loud. What was that? I was like, that was a mortar round. Everyone in and out of the building within 50 feet is dead. And they're like, roger that. We're all dead.
Yeah, you can do throttle control like that. And, you just basically, but I think, I guess the idea is if you could get a concerted effort of people that want to be team red or team blue. And I wonder, at this point, instead of red and blue, could you just come up with 2 different names of like
sort
2
of,
groups?
yeah. So like
the poopy butthole brigade and the dick butt.
There's like 2 different variables there. So one, we, like Dave brought up before, there's kind of lore to the backstory. Like I made the joke before that this game is the byproduct of Brian's loyalist forces getting their asses kicked last month, and now there's a power vacuum in the region. And then he made the joke. He's like, hey, you should ask Lane and Eric if it's okay that you write in that the Almeric dudes came in and helped re-secure his foothold in the area because Brian was here today. And now Blue Team won with the help of some gun gamers dudes. So now there's a, resetting the theme that maybe Brian comes back next month and his loyalist troops have, gathered their forces. But he came up with patch ideas. He already had artwork and that he sent over to me in the same way. I don't want to rip a Desert Fox idea, but I like the way that Jet does this. There's an eventuality where it could be, because so many people asked this week, is there a camo requirement? No, there's not. But if it eventually turns into like what Jet does, where it's red team and green team, blue team and tan team, that'd be pretty dope too, because that would help with the PID issues. That would help with team designations.
That gets messy.
It gets really messy though.
We used to have to do that for some of the old ops, and
I know. I remember working on it.
You show up half tan, half green. Now you're forced to go to Walmart and buy Woodland sweatpants because
that's why I'm
they'll
saying
still be
it's
used.
tough.
I've played a few Desert Fox games. I know you played one.
Yeah.
The way they do it is it's red team and green camo, tan team and blue camo. Or sorry,
Yeah, so
blue team and tan camo. So if you're not wearing, like, let's just use example of M81 top and bottom or DCU top and bottom, you have to wear red armbands.
Red accents.
Red accents, yeah.
And
Honestly,
even if you are wearing them, you're required to wear like a red patch on each shoulder.
Yeah, it honestly didn't work that well.
It didn't, but there.
The problem is
That's an
it's
idea.
pre-reg. These are all ideas. At the end of the day, people just want PID, and it's just going to be tough. But I think I don't know if you make it where people, if you get enough cult following, people might, a majority. But then the problem is, this is the problem. Like most people be like, let's just say it's just like, oh, Brian's forces are all black gear. Let's just say, we don't like black gear uniform stuff. But like at one point, maybe more people just go, I'm going to switch out my camo for this. The problem is there'll be like one guy wearing black camo that'll be on the other side, and then that's a problem.
Yeah, because
it's just
an
what
open
it
play.
is. It's open tag.
We're getting into op territory.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And that's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is this is an accessible, slightly more rigid version of a fulfilled conquest meant to train players on working together, which is working very well, working on communications through radios, focusing on a single objective, working as a team, and also staying on the field for more than an hour.
Also learning how to multitask, because while we are giving them one objective at a time, there's always a side mission. So
Sure.
they have to learn how to balance.
Yeah.
it.
So it's like that's the point of this. The point of this is not to create this crazy monster that we're constantly chasing every month.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because this is what we want to happen. We want somebody to show up. It's their 5th time ever playing Airsoft. They're still renting gear, and they get to play this version because they want to try this out. Yeah. And either they love it or they don't or whatever. But that's the whole point, is just to introduce new things and new players. I love that the players are digging this. I love that the veteran players are digging this, and it's just a bite size.
Yeah.
Digestible.
Like it's almost like if you're new to Airsoft and you're like, I'm not sure how serious I want to take this. This is the thing for you. This is the free sample.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this.
You're right.
So
you're right.
I don't want to turn this into some
absolutely not.
big fucking production.
No, absolutely not.
It's an introduction for new players, and it's also a testing ground for us when we do larger stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right. And no, you're absolutely right. It's just the things that, as we were talking, like even with all the commanders, and we were just bullshit. We said the same thing. Like, obviously, if you want camo, it's going to be pre-reg. And it's just what it is. So like, I think the patch idea, having identifiers who are commanders and things like that, 100% makes like, and what you were saying with the patch, that, and then like the strips or some kind of identifier for the day. That's like, oh yeah, that's the medic color today. Is fantastic. Otherwise, like it was fun, man. I had a good time.
Enjoyed it.
No, I actually enjoyed it. It was fun because we were all moving in like big squads or big units and stuff. And I think the only thing I tell you the truth, I think what could make it better, or actually probably eliminate a lot of things we're talking about now that I think about it, is actually getting sub commanders in on it. And I think the sub commanders those are the guys that the commanders, you I or other people start saying, hey, that guy, that Jeff, that we saw him do this, and you start seeing the same guy.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, would you be interested in sub commander? Or you just, and then he can be like, yeah, I'll do that. And he has 10 little guys, 10 guys. And you start getting like almost where there's groups, they're ready to do it. And then that would, I think, eliminate a lot of the PID, because then it would be big groups of blue, big groups of red, or at least as much as you could. And then you'd have big battles. And then to tell you the truth, if it's big battles and people are shooting all over the place, that whole like, oh, did they get me or did they get me? It'd be like, dude, this is crazy, man. There's like all kinds of shit going on. Like, that's basic. Honestly, this is what I always say. And I always said this to Tony Baloney, is we get into a big ass battle or like insane levels of like just shit, like explosions and blasting and just crazy shit. And then at the end, like other people are dead around us. We're laughing. Everybody's like having a good time. And I go, I have said it. He has said it. Dude, imagine if it's real. This would suck. Literally, that is what I think the ultimate achievement is like, this would be fucking horrendous if this was fucking real. Like, we would be, this is like Meat Grinder 9000. Like,
I knew you were going to say it. Still made
but that's literally, but I think that's what it is. Like the 15-minute, because we've been I've been playing so long. It's easy to fall down the rabbit hole of like, oh, but if we do this and that, and then you're just getting into an op. So like,
but it's also good to riff these ideas out.
But
so
yeah.
But I think worth exploring.
But I think actually, now that I think about it, I think having the commander and then the sub commanders and people that know who you are, because I noticed. God,
well, I mean, like everybody saw it today, not just with you.
Yeah.
Like, sure, Eric was the blue team.
They saw Lane. They saw
Lane. They saw Brian.
Yeah, they saw some other people that like, oh, that's the guy. Yeah. And I think what you could do is, as you could recruit, I think you try to get as many of the sub commanders as always on blue or always on red as much as you can, or a roster of those people, right? So then you could do videos and have like you got to join the
they've been fighting that war with the AI,
the blue razzlers or whatever, and the red raspberries. Like,
I'm gonna look up and see what Brian sent. Maybe
he
sent me a bunch.
I think the names of the two forces need to be hilarious. I think as a goof, I think that makes it like just a little funny. But I think if you have those, and obviously you'll have to switch for days. Like, hey, like there's too many blue sub commanders or whatever you want to call them. But if you have that, I think that it allows people, it's people that will listen and be like, oh shit, all right, I'll go with you. Like a lot of people were like, oh, I'll just follow you. I'm like, oh, okay. And I hate that because like, people would be like, it's like a little cringe, be like, it's Rich from the Richard and Dick thing or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm also glad that that's sticking.
But if that's the case, whatever. But if you get that, and then there's also the factor that I noticed, maybe people are banging on their better behavior because they see that, oh, this person is like, knows the staff. There's like, there's a level of that. And like, oh, I want to be better. And I'm not saying that that's 100%, but that might be in the back of your heads. Like, oh, I'm not just like faceless man here, Mm-hmm. But I think the sub commander might be the way to eliminate the PID, because you're trying to herd the cats. And then that gives a roster of when like the main commander can't go, you have all these guys that could you step up to be commander today? Yeah, I can do it. You know what I mean? And then you have all these guys below you that can do like the field stuff, like the herding the cats. Like I said, I would do the sub commander all day. If I could get off, or if I know, hey, we need you, I'll try to leave work early, put in hours, and be like, look, I gotta go. And if it's at like 1 o'clock, I could do it. Like starting at 10 is tough, because doing a route and running it up and then doing it's a little rough. And then getting the hell out of Manhattan, and then it's a little rough. It's time crunch.
Schedule.
Time crunch. But if to do that, I don't mind herding cats. It'd be fantastic. And everybody's like, yo, if you listen to me, like literally, I have had this talk with people. You've seen it at Big.
I've seen it.
If you listen to me, we will kill so many of them. Just fucking listen to me. Do not stop. Do not go. Like literally, I have done
Richie's
that.
Jumping out another window. Here we go.
Yeah, and we just go. And then like, look, I always die first. I'm not. And then here's the thing. There's a lot of guys that'll be like that, and I bet you people don't want to follow them because they're the guys that everyone dies and then somehow they magically survive. Usually, I would say 90% of the time, I get fucking murked right off the bat because I'm like, let's go, and then other people like somehow I'm just big, I'm a big POS, like Anthony says, big fat piece of shit or whatever, big piece of shit. The AMS guy with the big old God, man, I wish you guys were there for that. Fuck, man, that was so good when that guy called me a big piece of shit. It was so funny. I was like, but yeah, I think the subcommunity, dude. But otherwise, the game was fun. I'm a little amped up, to be honest with you. It's for an open play, to be honest. So this is what I'm saying. I think if you keep this going, there's a possibility. I know 2 times a month would be insane, right? But I could see people being like, yo, once a month is not enough. Like I could see people being like, yo,
it kind of has to be though.
No, I get it. I get it from a logistics standpoint. 100%. No, but you understand.
It's like it would flood the market in the sense that
it wouldn't be as popular. I get that. But what I'm saying is people are so like, dude, we were like, oh man, we just got this box and I understand why we're doing it because of the UAV. And so then what's good about that is that now, okay, so you have Milsim days and then regular open play. You can literally be like, I don't want to say Milsim, but like, what would you call it? Like open play plus UAV, or you know what I mean? Like the littlest.
We've tried to run areas
like the littlest things, because then people are so accustomed to using those tools or those radios that even the regular open plays you can add even just
the
bare bones baseline, and then people go, oh yeah, the radio is useful because we got to go get, instead of just having ShamWow, which people do like, it's just getting out there. But if like, oh yeah, if we get the weapons cache, we get this and that, and have just even the most bare bones like thing you could. That's after like so many people play. I think it will take a year to get people.
Well, I would just easy baby step would be making it so that I remember a time when this was normal, when Full Field Conquest was an hour and a half to 2 hours long. In the last 5 years,
it
shrank down.
It shrank down for some reason. Baby step would be going back to having that, so that. No, it is not nearly any of the work that we do for Milsim Day, but then you at least know, like, hey, the first game after lunch is going to be 2 hours because we're back to Full Field Conquest for 2 hours straight.
We used to do a minimum hour and a half, but now they've gone as low as like 45 minutes.
And I just get annoyed when that happens.
Yeah, because you talk about the 15 minutes, right? The 15 minutes that everybody wants, because that's that 15 minutes that you're going to tell your friends about, right? Mm-hmm. If you're only playing for 45 minutes, it doesn't leave a lot of 15 minutes is. Right. Yeah. Generally speaking, for me, like, and I'm not hyper aggressive anymore. Like, that's enough for me to die once, walk back to respawn, go out, and the game's over.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Whereas at 2 hours, I can respawn 3 times, and during that amount of time, like, some crazy shit can happen.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's why people are liking the Milsim days, because you're basically saying you're being stuck out here. I think the big thing I saw, the one commander. I think on Red, he was like, yo, bring your food, if you want to eat MRE. And I think even, obviously, you talk on the podcast, you talk on a Discord, but I think actually doing some videos like, hey, this is why you do this. Because if you do this, if you do this and that, because I what did I do today? I was telling guys about the smoke grenades. So I think I was telling them, you got to let them cook. And like, they're like, oh, I didn't know that you should do that. I'm like, no, let them cook to make sure that they work. Let them billow. So then when you throw them, they'll be like the most right there. It'll lessen the time there, but we'll all throw them at the same time. You throw it here and there. And just like, obviously it seems like common sense to like, more skilled players. But like you're saying, this is meant for people that, oh, maybe I will go to Crossroads and I'll have I would have a good time, but I'll have a better time because now I want to do the objective-based stuff. I want to do that stuff. But also, what's the Ares Alpha? Doesn't it do like that's the boxes, right? The battlefield.
Yeah.
But what that guy showed us with that little thing, I don't know if we could talk about that. That was cool. That little geotag thing. That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah,
like doing something like that. Like, and there's also, here's the fact. I think. Maybe why they're popular is because Battlefield 6 is back. To be honest with you, and I think maybe stuff like that, and
I don't think there's. I think it's a new product completely. I don't know of. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know of any other local airsoft field. I'll be bold and say in the United States has this type of format. this bite-sized format. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. But it's doing all the things that we want it to do, and it's a lot of fun. Hey, Dylan, you know what time it is? It's Normie. Oh, I wasn't sure if you were going to get that or not.
I got it.
Do we have anything?
I have one.
Oh, okay.
I have one. I think it was from Spotify. I remember it off the top of my head. But also, I don't remember if we already talked about this. Is it normie to battle wear your gun?
To what?
To battle wear your gun.
Like strap it to your car bumper and drive it down the highway.
Well, that would be one way to
drive
do
it down the driveway.
The dudes that spray paint their guns and then take sandpaper to it to make it warm.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I
Let it happen naturally, baby.
I don't know if we did this one. I don't know if
I
we did this
remember
one.
talking about it at the counter in the shop.
Yeah.
I was like, I have a normie topic. Somebody commented, I want to say it was Spotify. I can go back and find it. It might have been on YouTube. But that was it. It was intentionally battle wear your gun.
Yeah, and then like the sub comment was, and is it normie to say that the best way to battle wear your gun is to use it? Was it that one? I think I read that one.
That's on YouTube. Yes.
I think I read that one.
Because my immediate comment is just spray paint your gun and use it.
Yeah, I think that's okay. So you know who used to do that? Mario.
Yeah, I knew it.
Mario used to paint his gun and then use sandpaper to like.
But it always looks artificial when you do that.
I
It's
know.
the same way that like there's a bunch of guns on E-Vike and Red Wolf now that are the battle wear Cerakote, where like you buy
GP
it.
Stoner was like that. They had battle
the
horn,
GP
and
Stoner,
it was like
they just bought
$100
sandpaper.
more.
We're like all along the top rail.
I guess here's the thing. What about like one of those events where it's like like the Rev 6 or like some post-apocalyptic, and it's supposed to look like a little trashy, the gun.
That's
like
that's embracing the LARP.
That's a
not
LARP,
embracing-
right?
Okay.
LARP gets a pass.
Yes.
Right, because it's a LARP, especially that one. That's like a nuclear fallout type thing, I guess. No, is it normie though?
I see. I don't get the definition of the normie.
Normie's easy. Normie. Okay, so picture in your mind somebody running with a drop leg Blackhawk holster that's loosely fitting and flapping back and forth.
But it's like really low, like almost to their knee.
Yeah, and you get that feeling. You're like, ugh. That's
the
normie.
same kind of feeling you get when you see a dude use a life straw.
Like a person that like
that's actually
so you're saying like a player that you wish that they knew the right
long
way
enough to know, but not long enough to know better.
You were kind of this airsofter at one point in the beginning. You know what I mean?
We saw it today. You looked at me and you're like, "That's the king of the normies."
I was like,
"The king of the normies."
Interesting.
The guy with the feather in his goggle waist, headband as he's
like
playing
that's like
airsoft.
a normieism.
And then going and then wearing out your gun.
Basically painting it,
You
and
remember
then
the
30
dude that
minutes
used
later.
to go to MSW. I'm gonna bleep that.
Yeah.
That guy.
Oh yeah,
Like the guy that walks in a room, he's like, "I'm Alpha Delta," and you're like, "Oh, how'd you get that?"
When
I gave it to myself.
When he introduces himself by his call sign.
That's normie?
putting the kill count on your
instead
gun.
of me walking up
that's
to you and
weird.
just be
Okay.
like, "Hi Richard, I'm Jordan." Instead of me doing that, me walking up and being like, "Hi Richard, insert call sign name here."
I'm Raptor Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's happened a couple of times to me. You know what's fun? You know,
Paintball Paul.
it's so much. It's so interesting. All these things that people talk about, like you guys and other people, I go, that doesn't really bother me. And then, like, what's funny is
Rich, but when you spot it,
but then when I
it.
spot, what's funny is I have seen it all. I've seen it all. I've witnessed it all. I've witnessed it in every imaginable way. The problem is it hasn't bothered me, or I just go, interesting. But you know what? You got to catch me when it happens, because basically I input it and I output it, because I can only hold so much. And I go, because obviously I went into a deep dive off the podcast about GLP-1s and stuff like that. And then talking about something else. And you're like, what? Huh? And, so like I can only hold so much thing. But you know what? Yeah, I guess the whole, oh man.
Well, is it
normie?
What's the
battle warning?
What's the whole point? I think it's normie to buy a battle like off of Evite.
Yeah.
So, like buying a battle worn gun, that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
I understand a little bit of the idea of like I want my gun to look battle worn, but I have 2 of my own examples.
Can I show a gun right now?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, hold on.
So 2 of my reasonings here are: 1, my original GHK from 10 years ago. I bought it, I painted it, I never repainted it.
Yeah.
Right now, it looks fucking awesome. It also looks like it doesn't really have paint on it because it's
of course.
all worn off. It's been 10 years.
But everybody asks about that paint job.
But everyone asks
time.
about that paint job. And then when I painted my MWS when we were in the middle of renovations, I sat there with a napkin and spray painted onto the napkin and then just lightly tapped my gun all the way around. And you're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I want my gun to look like it's been dragged through the sand for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
That's what I want. And that's what I got. It looks really good.
But isn't it like a camo thing? I thought battle worn. Okay, battle worn to me, not the paint, is like, let's say you have like this fixed carry handle gun, right? And let's say let's say you found some police issue one that they've had since like the 80s, 90s, and it's the metal is anodized here, or certain areas that like, this would be a little rubbed. Like that to me is the where the anodizing or the coating goes away.
But you get all of that.
But you speed it up basically. Instead of naturally doing that.
So what I'm saying now, if you have that, right, because you're looking for a look, that's fine. That type is okay. The thing is that you want to do it on spots where it would wear. Like
yes.
What's the best way to do that?
Some sandpaper?
That's what
to use it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to wear exactly in the right spots.
I don't know.
I'm agreeing with Dave because what I'm using for reference is my MWS. So, for example, this is the paint I'm talking about, and I could take a photo and upload it. This was just me with a literal like napkin or paper towel, spray painting it on and just dabbing it on because I wanted to look like it was sandy and dirty. But what I'm bringing up here is the charging handle wear, the buffer tube, the castle nut, the selector switch. You notice how this pin's almost silver? It's not supposed to be silver. This is from use over a year because I beat the fuck out of this gun. I like that it looks like this, but I use the gun to get it.
All right. Yeah. Just so you know, I'm a terrible human being because I love being a contrarian and I defend issues that literally I'm probably
always play devil's advocate.
I'm always devil's advocate, dude. I've had plenty of girlfriends like, why are you arguing about this? You have no. I'm like, look, there might be somebody in the ether that may need defense, and I'm always like that. So yes, actually, yeah, the best way to do it is that I would say if you wanted something, I could go. If you had like little wear here and there, you wanted to, let's just say you got a gun like this, right? And let's say
you did the Black Hawk Down paint job.
And you wanted a little bit of wear in the certain areas because you were going for an impression. And let's just say the coating of this gun.
It'll eventually look like it because you're going to use it.
That's true.
And it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Because it'll be exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah. Like I know this charging handle looks like this because the amount of times where I fucking karate chop.
So anything that's not a LARP.
Yeah.
Not a LARP.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee what you're going to, or with Mario, tell me if I'm wrong, he probably just painted his gun and then took sandpaper and was just like.
Yeah. And so it was like, it didn't make any sense. The wear didn't make any sense because it was just like
random spots.
Yeah. It had like uncanny valley to it. Yeah. You would look at it and be like, something's wrong with this. And I'm not sure why I should be afraid of this.
Even here on the other side of the gun, you saw how nice the paint still was. Here, it's all, this is just blank.
Oh yeah.
receiver.
I mean, it just goes
That's from my hand.
Yes.
Being here
But that's what I was, okay. See, here's the thing now let's just say someone does do that battle worn, right? But if they do it correctly, like you have ahead of time, let's just say they want
that's done tastefully.
Like I'm not talking upward. I'm talking about the selector, the body pin, something. The battle worn that's really normie. Let's go normie. Like we all agree, is like wearing it right there. Like no one is grabbing. No one grabbed their thing this much and be like, look, finger fucking the magwell.
Yeah,
you know,
well, that was the point, right? So,
like, is it normie to paint your gun and then do that? That's the concept.
That's the concept, right? And in my opinion,
that's what they're in their room. They're like, oh, battle warning.
Like that's
clip that.
Clip it, chat. That's the whole point. That's why it's normie, is because it's like the best paint job. The one that you're probably trying to replicate was somebody who painted their gun and used it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, I'll
it's up there with the airsofters that paint their gun, paint their suppressor, but then paint the end of their suppressor black to make it look like it's got carbon buildup on the end.
I thought somebody like actually put a torch.
Oh, you could do that too.
To one to like bronze it.
Yeah, you could do that too.
It actually looked pretty cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I will admit.
cool.
I will admit that something like that because there's no amount of battle war that'll.
You can't get that. Yeah.
And
that falls into the LARP.
Okay.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I would go with that. But yeah,
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I have seen it done, and it done well. Looks all right. Like it's not terrible.
So you did talk about this last podcast.
Yes,
I didn't get to watch all of it, but I saw you hold it like, oh man, this gun is a piece of shit. Whatever you said.
It's pretty, but it sucks.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it sucks in the sense that the hop up engagement is not good,
and that's what I talked about. It's the fact that the gun cycles really well. It's snappy. It shoots well in that regard. For a gas gun, its performance is good. Its hop up is trash.
It's trash. Okay, now I think it can be over fixed because if anyone knows anything, if a gun is shooting, it just doesn't have enough force, but it shoots true left and right, you just got to put more shit in between the bucking and that.
This is how I know the left and right because it triggered him.
Yeah.
The left and right. Well, I only saw because I saw it for a second.
He saw the clip.
I saw one clip, so you know
that's the same way I triggered the rest of the gas gun community this week by posting the video of Mitch struggle busting through using gas gun in the winter, and everyone's just like, fucking retard, you should have used map gas, or you don't know how to use a gas gun in the winter. I'm like,
but as far as a finish and like how it feels, and I just wanted to fix carrying handle. Look, what they should have done is just make bodies for these things that are not $9,000 fucking dollars. Like Jesus, I know. That's basically it, you know. But
it's a beautiful gun.
It's really nice, and it is weird that it has a little bit of different system, which makes no sense because I would have just copied it. But
every other company that made an MWS clone just copied it. Simon had to, make it different.
Yeah, so
double
weird.
down, make it more proprietary.
Double down.
Can't hop 2 5s.
Yeah,
mission accomplished.
I could barely hit the tree from the front door of the shop.
Wait a second. It's very possible. I have a lemon and other guns.
I have taken it apart. There's nothing in there that shows sign of being a lemon. And then after doing a copious amount of research, reading into the CGS system, everyone complains about that. That's like the number one complaint, that it doesn't hop BBs properly.
The one thing that needs to be...
Yeah, the one thing that needs to work right. Yeah.
Oh, man, because, we'll be able to come up with a 3D printed solution or whatever.
I don't even think it needs to be 3D printed. I have an idea, and I'm going to potentially...
Super glue and something.
Yeah, tomorrow, depending on how busy it is, my game plan is to rip that gun apart again.
Well, I am on vacation this week, so... But I will probably.
It's also Christmas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they asked me to work Christmas. Like, who gets that?
It's like triple time.
She loves talking about work.
No, I don't.
But because Richie does the work that he does, he can have 4 carry handles.
That is true. I love, dude. The best is Connor today. Goes, I'm like, I got the MP5. Which one do you want to use? He's like, the SD. I'm like, look at this one. And I literally handed him an NGRS with a mag pull forend, a mod light, a laser, a real EOTech. And he's like, oh man, this is pretty cool. And then I'm like, yeah, it's so cool because I bought 3 of them. I have 3 NGRSs, man. Jesus. I will say this. I do have a lot of guns, but the guns that I do get, I don't think the only cringe gun I probably have is that bullpup. Saiga, the Saiga.
I think it's badass,
but it's badass.
Yeah,
like you could. Most people would be like, maybe for a second, and then see, Connor was like, "Wait, you bought a second one?" I'm like, "Yeah, yours was a little beat up. It was Connor-fied a little bit, and I didn't trust it." And then I showed him what it was. He's like, "Oh my god!" And then Ethan's like, "Dude, it's the same size as the MP7." I'm like, "Yeah," and I'll imagine an M4 mag will attach, and it fires 3 BBs, and I just hook air to it, and it just goes. And that's it.
Oh, I know. I built it.
It's purposefully, yes, and that thing still runs great and feels solid. But like that gun has a purpose. The MP7 has a purpose. Like all the guns, like the fixed carry handle with the RDX, because I love the RDX. It's cool, but like on a 416 is, I don't know what it is about the 416.
It's just aggressively.
It just starts becoming the heaviest friggin' thing.
I only found out recently. It wasn't actually the 416D The D was put on by accident in the HK factory, and then they just fucking ran with it. It was actually supposed to be the 416A2.
Really?
Yeah, I found this out around.
But I know that's been called A2, but you're saying that the D was
D was just a mark that was put on by the HK factory in the initial run so that they could mark which version of the gun it was. That's why.
Really?
The C then came because of that. The D came first, and then it was 416C because they actually made a compact, and it was a prototype that didn't really see production. All of these were internal markings that accidentally got released to the public. It was supposed to be the 416A1, A2, A3, A4.
Oh yeah, I had a C. I wish I kept that. I sold that.
I also didn't know they were on to the 416A8.
Yeah, the French that weirdo.
Well, there's a German version. It's got like a flip up built into the gas block front sight and a key mod rail. And I'm like, and this is the newest version? You did what?
Yeah, it's no H mod. Remember the 4 or 5 had that H mod, HK mock or lock. Like it's such a weird key mod M lock like abomination that only HKparts.net. Oh. Did you see that other company is making a U.S. Lee Enfield? No, not Lee Enfield. L85.
Oh,
Murdoch and Company.
It's not a full L85.
No.
Oh,
not the upper receiver for a Brown House. No, an actual 85.
I didn't see that.
No. Do you know how much it is?
If I had to
the
guess,
gun,
$2,300.
No.
$3,600.
No.
$5,200.
No.
Am I too high or too low?
You are too fucking low.
What the fuck? I'm not paying $8,000 for an L85.
Keep going.
12.
You're about right.
Kick rocks.
For the actual, it has
12.7.
it is literally everything, and then like the only thing that's new. The only thing is from an L85 is I believe the flash hider and the magwell. The magwell, and it's like stamps cheated. They did everything, and it's some guy like presenting. He's like, at Murdoch and Company, we've made these. These are not L85 pot kits that come in. They've actually like making brand new guns.
I'm sorry, an L85 isn't worth that. You would actually have a better gun if you bought that fucking BRN 180 kit.
Oh yeah, that kit is awesome, man. That thing's cool.
I tried to figure out if I could put that onto an airsoft gun because it'd be kind of funny to turn that into a gas gun until I realized part of that kit is a lower receiver. That's the firearm, so you can't do that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
fuck yeah, you can't do that. You can't.
There was about 30 seconds of me going, "This could be really cool."
It'd be fucking sick. So normie, so our final normie thing, the normie thing is
just paint your gun and use it.
Yeah, just paint your gun and use it. Yeah, unless you're LARP, unless you're doing some kind of LARP thing, we'll allow it. And you know what? I tell you the truth, unless I know that you're not a player and you hand me some gun with like some wacky thing, I don't know if you did it or not. I like that I'm just holding this. I'm just like waving around.
You're not flagging me, which is good.
Yeah. And with that, good night.
Good night.
God bless.
See you later.
We're out.
We ended with a lot of autism. Sorry, guys.